Absolutely gorgeous afternoon shaping up in the capital city. Sunshine and 47 degrees at War Memorial Stadium as we get set for a championship doubleheader. It all starts with the 5A state final, Pulaski Academy and Little Rock Christian. Hello, everybody, and welcome to War Memorial Stadium and inside our broadcast position. My name is Scott Inman. With me, Bobby Swafford. We had a great game last night in the 7A championship game that saw Bryant defeat North Little Rock and win their first back-to-back state championships ever. And today, Bobby, we get to see two of the most exciting offenses in Arkansas high school football, and it's two teams that obviously know each other well. It's another rematch just like last night.
Yeah, only 6 miles separates Pulaski Academy and Little Rock Christian, and these two teams have met in the championship game last year, met in the regular season this year. And one thing we can expect, last night 28 total points, there may be 28 points in the first 2.5 minutes of this game.
Yeah, it was a 52-38 win for Little Rock Christian in the 5A title game last year. They met on the field again this year, and they scored even more.
Yeah, 124 total points when they met in the regular season. Little Rock Christian kicked the field goal as time expired, win at 63-61. So let's just say the offenses are going to be put to the test, but maybe not quite as much as the defenses.
Yeah, Pulaski Academy averages 56 points per game, and Little Rock Christian is at 48 points per game. You would expect some fireworks today, and they've reloaded because they don't exactly have all the same personnel. The top two receivers are now Razorbacks from the Pulaski Academy side, and Justice Hill is not the quarterback for Little Rock Christian.
But they still have the man who's running the ship for Pulaski Academy, Braden Bratcher. He's a guy that can throw the football all across the field. They're going to put him in a lot of situations where his receivers are in one-on-one scenarios, and more times than not, he's going to hit them in stride, and that's why they score points in bunches.
The third member of our broadcast team is Eric Sullivan. He's going to get a workout today working up and down those yard lines. Let's check in with him. Eric?
I'll be good to be with you guys once again this Saturday, once again for this football game in the state championship, PA versus Little Rock Christian. Beautiful weather, as you guys mentioned, 48 degrees down the field, 0 wind, so those onside kicks could be spinning pretty good. We'll see what happens when PA tries that. Now, for the Christian Warriors, I mean, these guys have had an incredible run, this senior class, led by what I call the four horsemen, Chris Hightower, Akeem Gilmore, Kendall K-Train Gibbons, and everybody's All-American Jackson Water. These guys want to put another stamp on their careers by beating PA for the third time in a row. How many times has PA been beaten? 2 times in a row. So the Warriors got that going for them. And talking to the coaches from Pulaski Academy, Braden Bratcher, this is a revenge tour for him. He did not have his best game in this game last year in the state finals. Got a little banged up in that game. He runs a lot. We know how effective he is throwing the football. So look for Bratcher to have a little more fire when these teams take the field in less than 3 minutes, guys. Can't wait to go up and down the sidelines with both of these two.
All right, we are looking forward to it as well, and we hope you are at home. We are about 2.5 minutes away from kickoff, so we'll take a break and come back to get this one started. You're watching the State Football Championships on AETN Sports.
One of the best things about being a community-focused bank like Centennial is that we encourage our employees to volunteer and give back. That's why our bankers are often seen around town involved in activities that have less to do with money matters and more to do with supporting others. From charity events and disaster relief, the Chamber of Commerce and civic activities, we enjoy rolling up our sleeves and helping make our community a better place. See for yourself the difference our local commitment can make. More information available at MountainHunterBank.com. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
The captains making their way to midfield as we are about ready for the coin toss. You'll see Little Rock Christian in green jerseys, white pants, and Pulaski Academy there in the all-white uniforms. As we mentioned, these two teams met here a year ago, and Little Rock Christian came away a winner, 52-38. Eric alluded to the fact that Braden Bratcher did not have a great game. He threw for a lot of yards, 5 touchdown passes, but it was the 4 picks that really made the difference for Little Rock Christian. Because if you look at the stats from that game, Bobby, PA outgained Little Rock Christian on offensive yardage 653 to 394.
Yeah, we saw it last night. That's what killed North Little Rock was the turnovers, and that's what killed Pulaski Academy in the state championship game last season. You can't turn the football over, especially as explosive as Christian's offense was a season ago. As the captains are still at midfield, it's the turnovers, the little nuances that you have to pay attention when the teams are so close. Things like that can really make a difference.
So Pulaski Academy has won the toss. They're going to receive. So it'll be the Bruins on offense to start. Now, just as a reminder, If you follow Pulaski Academy, and really if you follow high school football, you know this, but Kevin Kelly, a unique approach to offense. You're not going to see any punts today. You look at, I forget that too when I look through the statistics, and they have 0 punting, and you have to remind yourself that's because they don't do it. So they'll be going for it on 4th down, and they're going to likely kick a lot of onside kicks today. We saw Little Rock Christian in their pregame warm-ups practicing that. That's not something you normally see in pregame warm-ups that much, but they know it's coming today.
Yeah, it's a different style. Kevin Kelly has been well documented on a national level about what he brings the mathematical element to football. The better chance of going for it on 3rd and 4th down, converting it, than it is punting, say, from your own end zone even. He'll go for it from inside his own 10-yard line because the statistics say that they're going to score either way if you punt the football, so he thinks it gives them a better chance to win. And with his track record and his number of state championships, you really can't argue with that formula.
They are actually better as you see the Christian Warriors come out onto the field. Pulaski Academy's offense is actually better, more efficient on 4th down than they are on 3rd down, if you believe that. Their 3rd down conversion rate is 47%, and their 4th down conversion rate's 53%.
Yeah, that probably shows you when you've got that 4-down mentality, 3rd down's just to get a 4th and manageable.
Right.
So a lot of times the playbook becomes a lot more simple when you know you've got everything at your exposure. Say if you've got a 3rd and 10, you know you don't have to pick up all 10 yards, so you may pick a play that's a little more conservative, get you 5-6 yards, and give your offense a chance to succeed on 4th down.
So we mentioned Bratcher. Last year he was 30 of 50 for 417 yards in this championship game, had the 5 touchdown passes, but the 4 picks. 302 of his pass yards went to 2 wide receivers who are now Arkansas Razorbacks. John David White had 9 catches for 200 yards and 4 touchdowns. You remember the incredible game he had. And Hudson Henry caught 8 balls for 102, but they've reloaded at wide receiver. They've had not much trouble replacing those guys. The leader is Mason Cobb, 64 catches, 1,117 yards on the season.
Yeah, that's 2 pretty good players that they've got to replace that are playing for the Hogs. You mentioned John David White. He's the all-time state leader in touchdown catches in a season in Arkansas high school football history. That record actually may fall next week to Trua Tollett of Shiloh Christian, but that's next week. We'll worry about that when we get there. But, of course, Pulaski Academy's got plenty of weapons, and we'll see what Little Rock Christian can counter with, because obviously you score 63 points on anybody, and during the regular season, you can put the ball in the end zone.
Isaiah Hankins, who can get the ball into the end zone on the kickoff, is going to put a foot into this one. Joe Hyman and Caleb Nichols will be back deep to return for the Bruins to get us underway in the 5A state championship game in Little Rock. This one will not make it to the end zone, and Nichols is going to get a chance to bring it back. Hit a seam, but it closed quickly, and Little Rock Christian covers the kickoff well. Pulaski Academy will start at their own 25-yard line after a 23-yard return.
And we'll see Braden Bratcher right off the bat here, see what kind of offensive game plan they put into place, because they're going to trust their quarterback to put them in all the right situations, and they're going to sling the football as much as they possibly can.
3 wideouts to the left to start things off for Bratcher and the PA offense. They'll swing it out to Hyman out of the backfield. He's going to throw it upfield. He's got a man. It's Cooper White, and White is going to possibly make it to the end zone. He does not. Just a yard shy. Great hustle play by Little Rock Christian, but a great creative play to open things up. Andre Brunson saved the touchdown for the Warriors. It's a 74-yard pass and catch on the first play from scrimmage.
You knew that they're going to pull out all the stops. They know they're going to have to score points, and a lot of them today. And Kevin Kelly pulls out the trick play, the first play of the game, and now they're one on the 1-yard line just 25 seconds into this contest.
Hyman back in the backfield, and he gets the give, and he goes right in. 2 plays, 75 yards. Pulaski Academy strikes first.
Really impressive start. Of course, the trick play, you get the momentum going on your side. Little Rock Christian beats you in the regular season. You come out and land the first haymaker of this 5A state championship game.
And the Bruins will go for 2. Cobb is in the backfield. The pitch is dropped, but picked back up by Mason Cobb. He is going to be brought down shy of the goal line, so it will be a 6-0 Pulaski Academy lead 32 seconds into the football game. How about that?
Buckle up, Scott. It's going to be a long day.
Get ready. We're going to take a break. You're watching the State Football Championships on AETN Sports.
thought is, how can I serve this community?
The biggest hurdle was not taking PTSD personally.
Would you welcome, please, the amazing.
Everybody that watches this, they say that I am the greatest that they've ever seen.
All right. I'll welcome.
Hi, Roger Scott for Big Red Stores. Big Red Stores is proud to support high school athletics and to sponsor these high school championship games. Over 40 Big Red Stores are located throughout Central Arkansas, each one staffed with our team members who have participated in games, marched in the band, or led the spirit teams in cheers. And now we are pleased to bring families, schools, and communities together. Big Red Stores, now more convenient than ever. Enjoy the games.
A halfback double pass gets the Bruins on the board in 32 seconds. It's a 6-0 lead over the Warriors.
Stay in the know about AETN programs and announcements. Text AETN to 313131 for updates straight to your phone.
Let's go down to the sidelines and check in with Eric.
Guys, what a exciting start for the Pulaski Academy Bruins. And I was just kind of following Kevin Kelly before the game, right before the kickoff, actually. He's got the Netflix crew following him all season long, and I think he drew that one up just for the TV show that will be coming out later on this year. But what a great execution. And for Christian, you got to come back and do something right now. You don't want to get this onside kick botched, and you got to stay, like you guys said, it's a horse race right now. You got to stay in this thing.
All right, Eric, thank you. That makes for good TV, live or otherwise. Savannah Goodwin, female kicker for Pulaski Academy, will get set to send it away, and you can possibly expect an onside kick. That's exactly what you're going to get. I don't know that one went 10 yards.
What Pulaski Academy is going to do on onside kicks, you think of it, okay, they're just going to do the same thing over and over. They said they have upwards of 14 different onside kicks. They're going to use multiple kickers to try to surprise Little Rock Christian. But that time, the Warriors right there to Johnny on the spot, and that's why they have so much success against Pulaski Academy, the attention to detail on special teams.
All right, so now we're going to get our first look at Akeem Gilmore, the senior quarterback who replaces Justice Hill, who brought the Christian Warriors here last year. He's got a great arsenal, and one of the best weapons he has is right behind him at running back in Kendall Givens. And here's Givens with the call. Bounces it outside. Can he turn the corner? Great stiff arm. There's a flag down. Givens is going to be rolled out at about the 43-yard line.
They may actually get Givens grabbing the face mask of the defender. He tried to go to the stiff arm. It looked like the defender's head jerked down. We may have to take a closer look on this replay, but this may be going against Little Rock Christian.
It's a 5-yard gain for the moment, but it may be coming back.
You don't see that very often. The runner grabs the face mask.
That's exactly what the call is. And a big negative penalty here for Christian on the first play. Take a look.
Yeah, you see the stiff arm to the face a lot, but you just can't grab and pull down.
Yep.
I don't get that every time. It's pretty obvious.
So the ball back in deeper to Warrior territory now, and another flag down before we get the snap.
Yeah, they're going to get 5 of those back. Defense got a little giddy. Normally, Scott, we'd say 1st and 25. That's a lot of times you're not going to be able to pick up those situations. But these two offenses aren't exactly normal.
That's true. Still going to be 1st and long here and behind the sticks, but Christian does inch its way back towards the original line of scrimmage. Guy to keep a lookout for today, too, is wearing number 5, Chris Hightower, one of the receivers for Little Rock Christian, big-time Division I talent. They're going to keep it on the ground with Givens on 1st down and 17, and he gets just about a 3-yard gain if they may give him the 45-yard line. We're going to call it 2, and it's going to be 2nd down and a mile. Stop made by Fuda Shinkawa.
Yeah, he met him in the hole. Nice job. It's now 2nd and long, 2nd and 16 for the Warriors.
16 for the Warriors.
2 wideouts to either side. It's Givens, the running back, with Akeem Gilmore. Gilmore, the pocket collapses. He steps up in the pocket and unloads deep. incomplete. Good coverage that time. It was intended for Jackson Woodard. Senior wide receiver Clay James with good coverage on the play for PA.
Yeah, Woodard turned into the defender on that one, had to knock it away as the PA defender had a better path of the football, and Woodard just got his big right hand up and swatted it away.
It'll be interesting to see here if they don't pick up the first, how they take a look at 4th down, and I'm sure that may greatly depend on how much they get here on 3rd down and 16. First offensive possession for the Warriors. Gilmore looking, firing over the middle. It is caught by Corey Platt. He's got the first down as he breaks a tackle inside the Pulaski Academy 25-yard line. 3rd and 16. No problem for Little Rock Christian.
That's a big gainer. Just a little short crossing route. They were trying to get to maybe a 4th and manageable, but they made a man miss in wide open territory, and that's a big play for Corey Platt, as that one goes for 30+.
33 to be exact. And the Warriors are knocking on the door. This is the 14th catch of the year, by the way, for Corey Platt. On 1st down, it's Gibbons again. Big hole off the left side. Spins through a tackle, but he fumbled the football, and Pulaski Academy's got it.
It's a really big hole for Little Rock Christian, but ball security was the key, and it comes out, and PA's defense makes a huge play just like their offense did to start this football game.
Wilson Miller, the senior defensive tackle for the Bruins. The game's first turnover goes PA's way.
It looked like it was number 7, Chris Connell for Pulaski Academy. Got the hand, the kind of the reach around from behind, punches the football out, and the Bruins get their football back for their offense.
It only took 2 plays for them to score on their opening possession. Bratcher yet to throw a pass. Now being chased, fires it complete. It's a short gainer. Out of bounds at the 22-yard line goes Cooper White, who caught that double pass on the first drive.
What's going to be one thing that's really interesting and really unorthodox from Bratcher, a lot of times he's flat-footed in the pocket. He doesn't look like the normal quarterback standing up on his toes. It looks like he's just standing there kind of biding his own time, and that time had to roll to his right, but still worked.
Fake to Hyman. Bratcher has time, can't find anybody, so he's going to keep it himself. He's got the first down. And he's rolled out of bounds, or run out of bounds, I should say, at about the 35-yard line. Let's go down to Eric.
Yeah, guys, Coach Co, you telling K-Train Gibbons, hey, man, I love your effort. You are the heart and soul of our running game. But sometimes, son, you got to go down. You're trying just a little too hard. You know this scrappy bunch of smaller defenders that PA has, they're going to get their hands and try to rip it out. So I think K-Train has learned his lesson, and we'll see him probably have a big game. But just trying to do a little too much there, and it cost the Christian Warriors there.
Quick pass fired out to Cooper White, and good pursuit that time by a host of green jerseys. It'll be a 5-yard gain. Landon Nelson, a junior cornerback, one of the first guys there for Little Rock Christian.
Already a big start for White, 3 catches and about 5 offensive plays for Pulaski Academy. He's the guy that you're going to have to circle, number 25 in White.
Second down and 5. They keep it on the ground with Hyman, and Hyman has a first down for Pulaski Academy. Some hard running to near midfield. Corey Platt with the stop for Little Rock Christian, a 9-yard gain to move the sticks for the Bruins.
Yeah, Little Rock Christian's dropping 7 or 8 into coverage, and they're having a really light box. That means only 4 or 5 guys in the tackle box within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Looks like they're going to line up with 5 here, and that's a formation that you can really have some success running the football against.
Again to Hyman, and again Hyman moves it forward inside the 45-yard line.
Once again, that ball is
brought down at about the 43. That's going to be a gain of 8. Jackson Woodard makes the stop for Little Rock Christian. He's the top tackler on the team. The linebacker came in with 121 stops on the year for the Warriors. 2nd and 2. And again, they get it out on a quick release. The pass caught by Dylan Allison, and Allison's got another Pulaski Academy first down.
Yeah, this is what Pulaski Academy likes to do. A lot of horizontal passing game, a lot of screens, a lot of short little swing passes to the flats, try to get the defense creeping up, and that's what then they hit you with the fake screen to the outside, and they hit you over the top.
We'll see if this is when they decide to take that deep shot, because it has been the short passing game to this point. 1st and 10. Going to do the play action, but Christian's going to try to blow up the play. They do disrupt it, but somehow Bratcher completes the pass to Jaden Kelly over the middle, and a leaping grab by Kelly for a 13-yard gain.
It's a really dangerous play by Bratcher, but he had faith in his receiver to go up and make the catch. And Pulaski Academy almost to the red zone, and the Bruins offense looking really sharp to start this football game.
Well, if you're Christian, you got the pressure on the quarterback you wanted. Hyman to the left side, turns the corner, inside the 20, lowers his shoulder pads, and he'll be close to the first down. Depending on where they mark it, I believe it might be a little short. It is. It's going to be about a yard shy, 9-yard on the pickup.
It's a nice job by Hyman setting up the block, kind of faked to the outside, came back in, then bounced to the outside, picked up an extra 4 or 5 yards on that one.
Again, this is an offense that averaged 55.9 points per game coming in. You're going to have to put lots of points on the board to beat the Bruins. Bratcher to throw, again flushed, steps up in the pocket. Great awareness to get inside the 10-yard line and get the first down. Turn back there, but Bratcher seems to know when to run with the football.
Yeah. And Little Rock Christian is dropping so many guys, and he's got them all in front of him. Does Bratcher, he can really evaluate the defense. If they attack him, he's going to have a receiver wide open over the top of him. That time, Little Rock Christian a little late committing to the quarterback. He's able to pick up the first down.
They open this thing up with a 74-yard bomb, pass and catch, and now it's been a short passing game, an efficient running game. It's gotten him knocking on the door again. Bratcher fires behind his receiver, but a nice catch at the 5-yard line by Mason Cobb. That was not an easy grab to make.
That's a nice adjustment by Cobb to make that play down near the 5-yard line, but a kind of a dangerous throw. A little tick later than that might have been going the other direction.
Second and goal for the Bruins.
Bratcher with a little shovel pass, and this one's going to be stuffed out in the backfield.
That's a nice job by Otto Graham, the defensive lineman, 51 for Little Rock Christian. Saw that one coming. Probably something they've seen on film. He stays at home and makes the play in the backfield.
Loss of 2. Jake Kelly was the recipient of that pass, but he had nowhere to go. And it's 3rd down and goal. Bratcher goes through his progressions, fires into the middle of the end zone. It's caught by Cobb for the Pulaski Academy touchdown.
He doesn't have to show it often, but Bratcher's got some arm strength, and he put some mustard on that one, and it's rifled it into Cobb, the back of the end zone, and PA's in the end zone for the second time in the first 6 minutes of this football game.
A 7-yard touchdown pass from Braden Bratcher to Mason Cobb, and PA will go for 2 again. It's Cobb that takes the direct snap, the handoff, and then the flip to Hyman. Look at the ball moving all over the place that time for the successful 2-point conversion.
Yeah,
wow.
That's what you like when you make the handoff behind the line of scrimmage. He's got the option to pitch it behind him or even flip it forward. That one looked like a forward pass. Either way, Pulaski Academy got quickly a 14-0 lead, and their offense is really moving the football. 161 yards already for this Bruin offensive attack.
Let's go down to Eric.
Scott and Bobby, Braden Bratcher, we kind of talked about it in the pregame. The revenge tour is on. He did not play well in this game last year. I think he has put this team in position already on these 2 possessions, and you guys are mentioning a lot of trickeration right there, but he's executing it. It all starts with him. This kid may be an MVP candidate already, but we still got a lot of football left. And as far as Christian's defensive coaches, they are not happy at all. They are getting fooled on a lot of these trickeration plays, and their coaches are preaching, stay home, play your gap, guys.
All right, Eric, thanks very much. Pulaski Academy rolled up 653 yards of offense last year in the loss. It was the turnovers that made the difference. They had 5 of them. Little Rock Christian had 1. Right now, Pulaski Academy is positive on the turnover margin.
Yeah, they are. And Eric mentioned the quick start from Bratcher, 8 of 8 passing, 51 yards. That touchdown pass is really PA's got the quarterback going. You know somebody who's not watching the game? Well, tell them to watch it. Remind them they can see it right now on AETN.
Goodwin lines up for the
Savannah Goodwin will tee it up And the hands team is ready for Little Rock Christian. Again, they get there before it goes 10 yards. And they'll start this possession in Pulaski Academy territory.
I believe that's number 33 on both times they've kicked that for the onside kick, Jackson Woodard. And he's able to pounce on the loose ball, but both of them did not go 10 yards. So PA is going to have to make a little adjustment on the onside kick.
So Akeem Gilmore leads the Warriors out of the huddle for their second offensive possession. Kendall Gibbons is in the backfield with him. It'll be a keeper by Gilmore. Good running room for Gilmore, and boy, PA going for the strip again, but this time Gilmore able to hold on to it, and he gets right at the first down sticks. The stop made again by Shinkawa.
Yeah, Shinkawa had the arms around the football, and he saw a little bobble there at the ends, but Little Rock Christian able to maintain possession, but it's clear that Shinkawa and this PA defense is going for the jugular early in this first quarter.
Second down and a yard. Givens is the running back. Hightower's lined up in the inside slot. He goes in motion, and here's the give to him. Number 5 is a talent, and he gets the first down, but PA has to like how they stopped that. Now, the ball comes loose late, but Hightower was down. So a minimal gain, and Hightower's still down.
A great block by number 20, Kendall Givens, out in front. He's normally the workhorse in the backfield, but he's the lead blocker on that one and put a PA defender on his backside.
First touch of the game for possibly the best receiver Little Rock Christian's had in Chris Hightower.
Something you always hate to see, but that'd be a critical loss. If you take a look at the replay, and you see the lead block here by Givens, and he just mows the defender over, but kind of an awkward tackle there. Kind of spins out of it. And it's usually when something with a knee or an ankle is not really spent the torque that way.
Hightower, senior, came into this game with just 3 carries. So that was just the 4th time he carried the football, but he's their number 1 receiver with 47 catches, 998 yards receiving on the year and 12 touchdowns. Caught 4 balls for 92 and a touchdown in the championship game last year. And he is up limping a bit, but man, he's putting a lot more weight on that leg than would have been the case if he was more badly injured. Let's go down to Eric.
Fans, remember Signal Media is your source for high school.
All right, guys, right knee for Hightower. They're rubbing it out right now, trying to make sure nothing structural has been damaged. I'll give you an update later, but in some serious pain, guys, if you noticed on camera.
It's a good sign, though. He's able to kind of jog off, and the trainers really aren't looking at him on the sideline, so he may be good to go, but even now coach is coming up and talking to him.
1st and 10 for Little Rock Christian. Down 2 scores early, and Gibbons hit in the backfield. He will be able to fall forward for positive yardage, but Matthew Hugg came up from his nose tackle spot and got to him in the backfield.
Nice job by Hugg. Just gets by the center there, and not a big kid, 180 pounds, 6'1", right in the middle of that defense, but able to get some penetration and gets the running back down, just a minimal gain.
13, Matthew Hugg. That brings 2nd down for the Warriors.
Hugg came into the game with 11.5 tackles for loss. Won't get credit for one there, but he had an opportunity to. He was in the right spot to do it. 2nd and 9. Gilmore going deep up the near side for Platt, and Platt can't come down with it. Looked like he had a step, but the ball kind of hung up there, and that allowed Pulaski Academy's Clay James to get back to him and make the pass break up.
Yeah, great coverage by James. We saw it a few times last night, Scott. Deep passes to this end of the field kind of hang up in the air. That one hang up a little bit, because if you put it out in front of his receiver, that's a chance to be 6 points, but a nice job by the PA defender.
Yeah, he got back and had a chance to pick that ball. Got both hands on it. And now it's 3rd down and 9. 4-down territory here?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, you're down 14-0, 2 scores. You need to get something going your way.
Play clock's down to 2. They beat it. Gilmore looking deep again, throws in the double coverage. It hangs up there again, and it's incomplete, nearly picked off again. That was Hightower, the intended receiver, so good to see him back in there. Leighton Smith had a chance to pick it off.
Yeah, that's back-to-back passes that hang up a little too long in the air, and PA's defense quick enough to get back and protect the goal line, and that's back-to-back plays that could have been going the other direction. You have to be impressed the way the PA is playing the football in the air in the first half of this first period.
Well, that's got to be the key with both of these teams, although with the Warriors, they average a little bit more on the ground than they do in the air, but they get 218 passing yards per game. And it's 4th down, big play early in the game, and we're going to get a whistle and a flag before the snap. Now, the play clock ran out, but I think that Eric Kohut got time out here.
Looks like we're having some issues with the official, Mike, but you are correct. They do a good timeout. And don't forget, you can join the conversation on social media. Just use the hashtag AETNSports. That's a big break for the Warriors and Coach Kohut to get that timeout before the play clock expired.
You know, we talked about it, Bobby, last night extensively before the broadcast, and then during the first quarter, we had Steve Roberts on from AAA to talk about the instant replay, and it's used for the first time in high school football. But we don't want to assume that everybody watched last night, and they're not watching for the first time tonight, or today. So we should probably talk a little bit about that. It's the first time ever that instant replay will be used.
Yeah, it's kind of a hybrid model of the NFL and college football. Any potential scoring play, any potential turnover is going to automatically be reviewed, but each coach does have a challenge, and they can challenge as many times as they want as long as they have timeouts and as long as they have not missed a challenge. They get one challenge, and so if they miss it, that's all they get. But if they win that challenge, they get as many chances as they get.
All right, here we go. 4th down and 9. They'll move the pocket for Gilmore, but he's going to be spun around and dropped way back at midfield as Pulaski Academy will take over on downs and improve the field position. Clinton Wilson, the first guy there. Richard Griffith right there as well. It's a loss of 15.
That's a nice defensive play call by Coach Kelly's squad. Clinton Wilson comes through on the linebacker blitz. He was the first guy to get there and kind of wrap up the quarterback, and teammate helped cleans it up. And that's a big momentum shifter because we're talking about maybe Christian getting some going offensively, and now PA's got the football back right at the midfield stripe.
And still early in this game, 4:33, the time on the clock in the first quarter. So a turnover on downs, a fumble. Those are the results of 2 offensive possessions for Christian, and PA now with their 3rd look with the football. That ball thrown wildly off the mark, and boy, that one was a dangerous pass. The first inaccurate throw from Braden Bratcher today.
Yeah, that one either slipped out of his hands or he just led his receiver too much, but a nice job by the other receivers blocking out in front of that screen prevented that one from getting picked off.
The Bruins right back up on the line. On 2nd and 10, Bratcher had taken himself. The quarterback draw inside the 45-yard line to about the 43. William Parker Kerfoot with the stop for Little Rock Christian.
That's what makes this PA attack so difficult. They go 5 wide, 4 receivers to the top of the screen, and so Little Rock Christian adjusts to it, but leaves a light box, and Bratcher able to pick up 5.
It's always 4-down territory for the Bruins. So 3rd and short doesn't seem too intimidating. Unless Christian can get a sack, they cannot. And a diving catch made. Nope, they're going to call it incomplete. Merritt Jones had his hands on it and almost came up with a terrific play.
Yeah, nice effort, but looked like the football came loose as he hit the turf. And the official right there on the spot to make the call.
So it'll be 4th down and 4.
Ball comes out.
Another big play here. Boy, the 4th downs are big in this game already. Bratcher to throw for the first down, and is this one caught? It is a big hit, but Cooper White hangs on to the football, and he's still on the turf as well.
Yeah, Corey Platt delivered the blow, but the receiver got right at the sticks, just beyond them, makes the catch, absorbs a big blow. He's going to go out, but he gets Pulaski Academy the first down.
Yeah, he hit his head very hard on the turf as you see that replay. That you hate to see that because he bounced it off the turf. Hopefully he's going to be okay as well. But again, a conversion on 4th down for PA. Caleb Nichols is the running back on 1st and 10. The pistol set for the Bruins. They'll keep it on the ground. Not much there that time for Nichols. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
That was G. Allen coming on the blitz from the outside, makes the play.
You see the Warriors doing a pretty good job against the run right now. It's been that short passing game, and then if Bratcher's had time to throw, he's been lethal. Second and a long 9. Bratcher has the pocket collapse. He's very mobile. Scrambles his way out of it and lets it fly. It's caught at the 20-yard line by Andrew Cobb, out of bounds at the 17.
That's what makes Bratcher and this PA offense so dangerous, because when the play breaks down, that's normally a good thing for the defense, but not so much the scramble drills and the scramble rules for PA's offense. On point as always, and another big play in the passing game.
Boy, Braden Bratcher's making something happen today. I mean, he is in trouble and still comes out of it. He's done it on multiple occasions already. Nichols is in the pistol set. Play fake. Bratcher comes back, throws the other way, and it goes into the turf incomplete. Bounced in there. That's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, it's a good play by Bratcher. He saw that was well covered, so he just kind of spiked that one. Maybe a little too close to the defender for his liking, but still kind of spiked that one and lived to fight another down.
What do you think about how loose Bratcher's playing right now?
Yeah.
I mean, he's making something happen, but like you said, there can be some dangerous throws come out of that too.
Yeah, that's the experience of playing in this championship game last year. This stage and this scene is not too big for him.
It's second down and 10. Bratcher's got a man, and he throws it, and it's picked off. Picked off by Little Rock Christian and returned up the sidelines by G. Allen. He is not going to be brought down. He'll score the Warrior touchdown.
What a great play by Allen. Steps in front, sees Bratcher kind of staring down his receiver, and a pick six gets the Warriors on the board.
85 yards. And boy, do the Warriors need that.
They really needed something big. He made back-to-back really big plays on this drive for this Warriors defense. And it's not only a really good play on the football to jump the route, but he makes the first receiver miss and just outruns everybody else. Really, really big play for the Warriors.
Isaiah Hankins on to put the point after up, and he splits the uprights to make it a 14-7 game. Pulaski Academy was on the verge of making this a 3-touchdown game. What a turn in momentum for the Warriors.
We saw it last year, Scott. Bratcher struggled with the interceptions against this Warriors defense, and here, maybe with a chance to really put some distance, I'm not going to say it's way too early in this game, is going to put it away, but an 87-yard interception return for a touchdown, and Little Rock Christian and their crowd have new life.
Well, I'll tell you, Cobb looked open to me. As he wound up to throw it, I thought he was wide open. You got to really credit the defensive play made by the linebacker Allen on that.
Yeah, Bratcher just stared him down just a little too long, because I'm with you. I thought he was open initially on the slant, but number 7 in the green did a nice job of just stepping in front, and once he get the football in his hands, he knew what to do with it.
Allen has a scholarship to play baseball at TCU, by the way. So this is not even going to be his first sport. But he's got a pick six.
And we saw one of those last night as well. Austin Ledbetter, the game MVP of the 7A state championship game, committed to play baseball for the Hogs, but he led Bryant as the quarterback to a title.
Joe Hyman and Caleb Nichols back deep to return Hankins' kickoff. And they will get a chance to return it again. From the 3, it's Nichols. Uh-oh. Nichols with a seam. Nichols run out of bounds near midfield at the 45-yard line. It's the kicker, Hankins, saving the day there. That one might have been a touchdown.
Yeah, got out of the rush lanes on the far side, and that's all it takes sometimes on a kickoff, make the first man miss, and he was one-on-one with the kicker and able to use the sideline as an extra defender, but PA again back with great field position for an offense that's really moved the football at will.
It's a 41-yard return for Nichols. Pulaski Academy getting incredible field position in this football game so far. Still leading at 14-7 with still plenty of time on the first quarter clock. Isarius Woods in the backfield, and they'll counter the other way with the flip to Allison.
A little reverse shovel pass. Another nicely drawn up play by Kevin Kelly and company, and they're across midfield and again in Warrior territory.
Luke Lee made the stop, the junior cornerback for the Warriors after an 11-yard pickup. for the Bruins.
If you missed last night's game or want to watch this one again on Monday, you can do so. Relive all the action and all the championship games Monday again, aetn.org/sports.
Bratcher's got a wide open man over the middle. Big collision, but Dylan Allison again hangs on to the football. How about this kid hanging on to 2 passes after being just ripped apart in the middle of the field. Alex Veazey delivering that big blow.
That was a big-time collision, but a great play by the PA receiver to hang on to the football, and they're marching.
1st and 10 inside the Warrior 30-yard line. And again, this one thrown behind. Another great grab by the receiver, Jordan Kelly, and he pulls a tackler down close to the 10-yard line. Another big pickup for Pulaski Academy. It's an 18-yard gain.
Really impressive hands catch there by Pulaski Academy. It looks like they're marking him way down from where he was tackled. I don't know if they're saying his knee was down or his forward progress was stopped or whatever the case may be. They're going to mark this all the way back at the 21.
That's about an 8 or 9 yard difference there. Back at the 20-yard line, and it's actually not even going to be a first down. It's 2nd and short. They throw another quick out to Mason Cobb, or a quick release pass to Mason Cobb, and he takes it inside the 15-yard line. There is a penalty marker down.
We'll see if the receiver started blocking or maybe grabbed somebody a little too quick.
Yeah, it's a holding call initially against Pulaski.
During the run, holding against the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat, 2nd down.
That's where that previous play call where they didn't give him the first down, they stopped his forward progress, or at least that's what was called, instead of a first down inside the 20. Now Pulaski Academy facing probably going to be about a 2nd and 8 near the 30.
Oh, if you're Pulaski Academy, you had control of this football game, driving to go up 3 scores. The pick 6 turned the momentum, but you've done a good job of getting right back in to scoring position. The penalty, though, is going to make this one a 2nd down and 8. Still manageable. They fake to the right and give to the left side back. It's Azarius Woods, and Woods gets down close to the 20. That's where he needs to get for the first down. It's a 7-yard gain, so it's going to be 3rd and short.
What's really going to be important in this game, Scott, is the answer drive. Both of these offenses are so explosive. They've put up so many points all season long. 15, 20, 25-point leads aren't going to be safe, really, for this game. So you just have to be able to stay close, and you're going to have yourself a chance to win the football game.
Much different than what we saw last night, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
The slugfest, defensive struggle. Wide open offenses today. Bratcher with time again, looking end zone, and he's got his man caught for the touchdown by Merritt Jones.
Another big-time throw by Bratcher. He had Jones wide open for a few seconds. Ball kind of hung up in the air, but he was so open the Christian defender did not have time to get there, and here we are. 10 minutes into this game, 11 minutes in this game, and PA's found the end zone 3 times already.
Bratcher is flinging it right now. I mean, that one was on the money. Couldn't have been placed any better.
14 of 18, 134 through the air so far for Bratcher.
Bratcher to throw for the 2-point conversion, and it's caught and converted. Joe Hyman with the reception. And it's a 22-7 Pulaski Academy lead.
With the exception of one play, there's really nothing you can describe about the way Pulaski Academy is playing on either side of the football. 22 points. Defense has kept Little Rock Christian as offensive out of the end zone. Really playing well on that side of the field. And this is the first time in a long time that PA's lost multiple games in a season. They're making sure that's not going to be 3.
11-2 their record. We already talked about one of their losses to Little Rock Christian on a last-second field goal, 63-61. We may be headed there today. Their other loss to Ravenwood High School out of Brentwood, Tennessee. That was early in the year. They lost 61-47. But, I mean, again, the way they score points, it's very difficult to beat them. 84 points in their season opener.
Yeah.
They've topped 60 points 7 times this year.
What's crazy is you just rambled off the 2 scores from their losses. That's a combined 108 points in games they lost.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. The offense is going to show up no matter what.
All right, so the hands team ready again for Savannah Goodwin's onside kick attempt. And again, Christian gets up on it before it goes 10 yards.
Woodard's all over it. He's done a nice job. He's recovered all 3 onside kick attempts. It's clear that he's the guy that Little Rock Christian trusts to jump on the football. And, again, all 3 have not traveled the 10 yards, so he's got a free shot at it before PA can make a shot at the football.
Let's go down real quick and check in with Eric Sullivan.
Yeah, Scott and Bobby, Coach Koyu and his defensive staff say champions never give up. And once you think PA may be running away with it, I got caught up in this last year in this game. But Little Rock Christian Warriors find a way to stay around. And, Bobby, I think you mentioned it well. If you stay within 21, you got a shot. But Coach Koyu, saying we are champions. Believe we can stay in this football game and go play your heart out. And they've done it so far, but they've got a ways to go after PA scores again as Brasher continues to be on fire in this ball game.
All right, Eric, thank you. Kendall Givens gets a 5-yard run on first down. So 2nd and 5 coming up. We're about to see probably the final play of the first quarter. It's been a fast-paced one here at War Memorial Stadium. They'll fake the end around. It'll be a keeper by Gilmore, and he'll be wrestled down after about only a yard gain, and that is the final play of the first quarter. 4 touchdowns put on the board in the first 12 minutes in this 5A state championship game, and PA has a 22-7 lead.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car, to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Broadcast of this championship game is made possible by
the Cherokee Nation, our people, our culture, our history, our future. To learn more, go to visitcherokeenation.com and say hello to the Cherokee Nation.
You'll find us at the end of a lot of long country roads, covering over 60% of the great state of Arkansas to provide reliable power to over 500,000 homes, farms, and businesses. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, your local energy partners.
John's Honda, your hometown dealer for sales and service of Honda motorcycles, ATVs, Honda generators, and Honda lawnmowers. Family owned and operated since 1967, John's Honda offers factory certified technicians and experienced sales staff.
Pulaski Academy has outgained Little Rock Christian 257 to 49 in the yardage department, and they've got a 22-7 lead. Christian trying to get back in it here. Gilmore to throw, and he connects with his man, Chris Hightower, for the first down inside the 30-yard line. The Warriors with a pick 6. That's what's kept them in it so far.
Nice job by Hightower. Just gets the inside position on the slant route. Quarterback hits him in stride, and now Christian's got a chance to get the offense rolling.
Just 17 yards rushing for the Warriors in that first quarter. The give is to Givens. Big hole again. Kendall Givens with room to the outside. Goes to the pylon. Touchdown.
That's a big answer play, a big answer drive for Christian. They overloaded the right side of the offensive line, had an extra blocker, but Givens cuts back to the left against the grain of the defense and able to waltz into the end zone. And as we expected, Scott, we're about to be in tune for a shootout.
29 yards on that run by Givens. That was more than they had in the whole first quarter.
Yeah, you know they want to get him going. He's a load. Once he gets going downhill, a little momentum going. Little Rock Christian tried to shorten the game a little bit, but all of a sudden they're back within a score.
Hankins punches through the point after, and it took 32 seconds in the first quarter for PA to score. It takes 32 seconds into the second quarter for Little Rock Christian to score. It's a 22-14 lead for the Bruins. You're watching the State Football Championships on AETN Sports.
One of the best things about being a community-focused bank like Centennial is that we encourage our employees to volunteer and give back. That's why our bankers are often seen around town involved in activities that have less to do with money matters and more to do with supporting others. From charity events and disaster relief, the Chamber of Commerce and civic activities, we enjoy rolling up our sleeves and helping make our community a better place. See for yourself the difference our local commitment can make. More information available at mile100bank.com. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
As time passes and the years go by, change is something we all experience. But no matter how the world changes from year to year, the one thing that will never change is the true meaning of Christmas. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. May your holidays be filled with joy and blessings. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from all of us at Everett.
A 29-yard touchdown run by Kendall Givens. We said that was more rushing yardage than Christian had in the first quarter. It's actually even more than Kendall Givens had in last year's state championship game. Bobby, he had 17 carries for only 22 yards last year.
Yeah, he's the guy that's going to stir the drink, if you will. I mean, Little Rock Christian wants to get him the football as much as they can, especially if Pulaski Academy is going to go with a light box, not many guys around the line of scrimmage, because once he gets into the second there's not going to be a lot of defensive backs who want to try to bring him down one-on-one.
Let's check in with Eric Sullivan.
Scott and Bobby, we mentioned K-Train. That's Kendall Givens. Trying to be the old athlete that I am, I try to size myself up with him. There's no way I can tackle this guy. He is such a strong young man. And, guys, we look at PA's defense, they're really small. Now, they're feisty. We've seen that already. But the big thing is keep your eyes on that PA defense if they get worn down here pretty soon because, man, Christian is much more physical than they are and bigger. But K-Train's a guy that could really wear out this defense before it's all said and done. And we just started the second quarter.
All right, Eric, thanks very much. Isaiah Hankins with his first kickoff going the south direction, gets it into the end zone for a touchback. That's interesting. He didn't get it in the end zone, kicking it into the north wind.
The wind, Scott, you've been here to War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock enough. The flags aren't moving. They're not moving on the uprights. They're not moving above the stadium, but it always seems to circle going towards the south end zone. I believe that's south.
It is.
Directions are hard.
All right, so the Bruins get the football back. They have been unstoppable offensively so far in this football game. The only time they were stopped was when they stopped themselves, and I believe the play clock ran out. A flag down here is going to be delay a game.
Delay on the offense. 5 yards. First down.
It's a rare miscue for the Bruins, especially in a pre-snap penalty.
Yeah.
They usually don't line up long enough to get a pre-snap call.
That's one of those things, too, you really never would expect to see coming off the sidelines for their first possession, but as many plays that get changed at the line of scrimmage these days, you can kind of see how that play clock drains even when you're coming off the sidelines. Hand off to Hyman. And Hyman gets a good push from his offensive line. That doesn't look like much in a game that we're watching, but that's, hey, they're up and down the field. You still would take 3 or 4 yards anytime you can get it on first down.
Yeah, he gets those 5 yards back, and you can see Kevin Kelly. He's the one coach in the shorts on the opposite side, and he's looking at the defense, and he's changing things left and right, and also trusting his quarterback to get his offense in the right formation and the right play call.
So it's a 5-yard gain back to the original line of scrimmage. That's going to make it 2nd and 10. Hyman stays in as running back. Bratcher with a blitz coming. Connects on the far sidelines, and a tackle is broken, and down near the first down yard marker goes Cooper White. It's a 9-yard gain. We'll call him about a yard, maybe even half a yard. Looks like a full yard short of the first down.
Nice job by Cooper White to make the first man miss those one-on-one opportunities that Pulaski Academy likes to put their receivers in. He slips a tackle, picks an extra 4 or 5 yards, and really puts them in an advantageous 3rd and short.
Cooper White is the lone wide out to the left. Hyman is the running back. And Hyman was actually taking the direct snap at quarterback on that play, and Hyman gets around the right side and gets a nice gain. He gets the first down. It'll be a pickup of 7 for the Bruins.
Nice job. Kelly's been shown that they're not afraid to break it, pull out all the stops, so that one's pretty easy. Why waste time handing it to your running back when you can snap it straight to him?
Bratcher is going to be coming wide to the left on this play now. Braden Bratcher, the quarterback, is at wide out. And again, the direct snap to Hyman. Hyman cuts it up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and Christian read that one very well. Jackson Woodard with the stop for the Warriors.
That's a nice job reading the play on Woodard. He stays to the outside and really slows that down at the point of attack. And Woodard's a player that we've called his name several times on both sides of the football and a few times even on special teams.
Mm-hmm. He's the leading tackler for this Warrior team. Came in with 121 stops. 2nd and 9, Bratcher back at quarterback. Blitz is on, under pressure, and boy, Bratcher is able to get rid of it. And he almost made the completion to Hyman, but William Parker Kerfoot made Bratcher get rid of it before he wanted.
Yeah, Little Rock Christian brought the defensive back blitz from the bottom of the screen. Take a look at the replay. The tackle jumps out to try to free up the corner. Then that freed up Kerfoot to come pretty much untouched through the middle and gets the hit on Bratcher to force a third down.
Bruins 3 of 4 on third down today. Bratcher fires complete at the 40 to Mason Cobb, and Cobb is wrestled down a yard shy of the first down. But that doesn't matter for Pulaski Academy. Again, no punting for this team.
Back-to-back plays, Little Rock Christian brought the defensive back from the weak side, the short side of the field on a corner blitz. We'll see how often they do that or if that's something they'd like to do when Pulaski Academy is on the near sideline.
Second fourth down attempt of the day for PA. They're 1 for 1. Azarius Woods is the running back. Bratcher's going to move the pocket right. Fires complete for the first down to Cooper White. And Cooper gets inside the 40-yard line of Little Rock Christian. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 37.
That's a really well-designed play. He had multiple options. Two were wide open. He goes with Whites on the little crosser route that picks up the first down. But if he held the ball for just a little bit longer, the outside receiver ran a wheel route, and he would have walked into the end zone. Either way, Pulaski Academy 2 for 2 now on fourth down.
It's a 19-yard gain on fourth down and 2. Hyman's back in as running back. And another pre-snap penalty. They're all over the place.
Yeah.
Prior to the snap, false start against the offense. 5 yards, still first down.
Trace Hawkins, the big right tackle, has done a nice job in protection. Got a little too much of a head start there. Going to cost his offense 5.
This is the 5th offensive possession for Pulaski Academy. They have 3 touchdowns and an interception that resulted in a pick 6. They'll give it to Hyman. Hyman breaks a couple of tackles. Whoa, look at the nifty footwork there by Joe Hyman to get down close to the 30.
And one thing we've already seen so far in this first quarter and a half, Scott, is when Pulaski Academy gets behind the chains, they like to run the football. Go against themselves, maybe a little self-scouting, run the football in what looks to be an obvious passing situation, and able to get the penalty back and then some.
Luke Lee made the stop for Christian. It's 2nd and 5. They'll give it to Hyman again. Hyman with a big hole. Hyman inside the 10 to the house. Touchdown, Pulaski Academy.
All of that was set up by the Big Five up front. A great job of the Pulaski Academy offensive line. That was a gigantic hole. Eric talked about his lack of athleticism, but he would have scored on that play.
32 yards.
Talking about Eric Sullivan, that is.
That's
on
right.
The sideline.
32-yard touchdown run by Hyman, and Pulaski Academy up by 2 scores again. And here comes the 2-point. Nope, they're going to bring the kicker out for this one.
Yeah. Don't see that very often, the kicking block for Pulaski Academy. Sometimes you question if they actually have one.
Clay James lines it up. He's only missed 1 this year, and that one's good.
You can join the AETN Sports Booster Club at the rookie level for $35 or the All-Star level, which includes AETN Passport on-demand streaming for just $60. Sign up today, aetn.org/sports.
29-14, and we haven't played a quarter and a half yet.
Yeah, we talked about that these defenses are going to be really put to the test, but both offenses are really starting to respond. The answer drive has been there for both of these teams. And again, 15-point lead is nothing for either one of these offenses.
Let's go down to the field, check in with Eric.
Yeah, Scott, that drive by the PA Bruins, I stood right by Kevin Kelly pretty much every play. That was all a setup for Hyman to do what he just did. So as much as we think about them just scoring all these points and throwing it deep onside kicks, that was a well-designed, well-executed drive. And keep in mind, Hyman, just a sophomore, able to give the push to the get to the end zone right there. And I did hear your comment about my athletic ability, and you are correct. But I could outshoot you still, I bet, in basketball.
Oh, yeah. You put me outside 5 feet of the hoop, I'm not making anything.
Right. Probably me either anymore.
I'm going to have to separate you two before this. Well, you are physically separated, but you're going to talk to each other. I'm going to have to separate you. Thank you, Eric. Pulaski Academy tries the onside kick to get a better bounce this time. But again, Little Rock Christian's been all over that.
Guess who caught it?
Same guy.
Yeah, same guy, number 33.
Yep.
Jackson Woodard. 4 for 4 is he.
Pulaski Academy, Eric was mentioning, you think about this as an air raid offense, and certainly it is pass heavy. But of their 635 yards per game, they do get 204 on the ground on average.
You spread teams out that much with the passing game, they've got to drop extra guys into coverage, and that's what allows those big five up front to create holes like the one we just saw.
All right, it's answer time again for Christian. Givens gets the call, lowers his head. Boy, he's tough to bring down. Woo. Givens all the way to the first down marker, and he's still going. Still going inside the 35 all the way down to the 30.
What an impressive run by Givens. It looks like it's going to be an 8-yard gain. That one goes for almost 20. Whew. Eric's brought up the K-train. There was a lot of passengers on that one right there. That's impressive.
Yeah. My goodness, he just kept dragging the pack forward. Low to the ground runner. Keeps those legs moving, hard to bring down. And he's still in there. Gotta like that too. He wants the ball again on 1st and 10. He won't get it. Play fake. And the pass caught by Hightower. Hightower spun down shy of the 25, though. They're definitely all over Hightower. He's caught a couple of passes, but he's not getting many yards after the catch.
Yeah, they know what he can do with the football when he gets the hands in space. Nice job by the PA defense to get him down. But winning first down, that's the key to winning football games. 2nd and 6, and you can expect Givens going to get the football here pretty soon.
Leighton Smith made the stop for Pulaski Academy. It's 2nd down and 6. Gilmore in trouble. Buys some time, but he's going to be dragged down back at the 42-yard line by Clinton Wilson.
It's a nice job by Wilson again. That's the second big play by the linebacker in the passing game against the quarterback. The first time was what's on the 4th down stop, put the ball back near midfield, and that time another big loss for Pulaski Academy. At some point, you're going to have to stop running the ball backwards and maybe just throw it away to live to fight another down.
Yeah, he's trying to get out of the pocket, but when you keep backpedaling, this is what happens or can happen. A 16-yard loss.
But more times than not, Gilmore, when he's able to scramble, he's able to get away and make a play for his offense. But a couple times today, it's backfired on the Warriors quarterback.
Well, you got to credit the defense there for sealing the pocket, even though the rusher was going to get to him. He couldn't get away.
Yeah, really well done. Looks like someone's going to burn a timeout. I'm going to give a special thank you to Corky's Ribs and Barbecue for catering. They've got restaurants in North Little Rock and Little Rock. I got a little extra time to talk over this 3rd and 21 play, but again, you got to believe where the ball is positioned. This likely is 4-down territory as long as they get something positive here on 3rd down.
That is the 2nd timeout taken by Christian in this half, but this is a big moment in the game. Like you said, they're going to look at this as 2 plays to get the first. Let's go down to Eric.
Yeah, guys, we've talked all game long. Can anybody put anybody away? I doubt it at this point. But, Kyle, listen to Coach Kelly again talk to his offense. He's saying, guys, don't let up, and keep the play design, keep running your routes. We're going to get you the ball. So I think Coach Kelly knows this team over here, Little Rock Christian, is not going to give up on him, but you can just feel the energize on this Pulaski Academy sideline, but still a lot of football to play. I don't want to guess anything.
Thank you, Eric. The Bruins led last year at halftime 31-21. And we all know Christian came back to win that one 52-38. 3rd down and 21. And the pass is incomplete behind Corey Platt.
Kind of a unique play call there. The entire offensive line really sprints out to the left like it was a scrimmage, but the quarterback, Gilmore, rolls to his right and tries to hit his go-to target, but a 0 play on 3rd down. Likely going to bring out the punt team, so probably going to be one of the few times we see a punter in this game.
Yeah, we thought it would be 4-down territory, but they had to get something on 3rd down to want to go for it on 4th. Isaiah Hankins out to punt it away, so the place kicker is also the punter. He stands just inside his own 45-yard line. PA doesn't send anybody deep.
Yeah, the special teams portion of Pulaski Academy's practice is probably pretty short. And all it is the kicker over them by themselves working on onside kicks, I'm guessing.
Yeah. All right, so a big stop for Pulaski Academy to be a 34-yard punt for Isaiah Hankins. And a big opportunity now for the Bruins. You know, I don't know that you even really care about field position in this game.
Yeah,
this is the worst of the day for Pulaski Academy, but by far, they've started about every drive at midfield. They did have one that started at the 20 because the kickoff was a touchback.
That's right.
But this is the worst field position of the day for the Bruins. Nichols is the running back with Braden Bratcher. He had a heck of a first half so far. He wants to go deep. Down the far sidelines, and the ball is caught by Jaden Kelly.
What a perfect pass on the sideline. Puts his receiver in stride. He talked about the terrible field position. How about 42 yards out to midfield, and PA back in business.
His accuracy, Bobby, has been deadly today.
Everybody talked about how Lane Hatcher wasn't going to be a big-time quarterback played for Pulaski Academy, set so many records. All he did was win the Freshman of the Year in the Sun Belt. Maybe we're starting to see that PA's offense is a little better than just gimmicks.
They're going to swing it out to the wide receiver screen to Cooper White, and Cooper White is inside the 40-yard line, and he'll have another Pulaski Academy first down. A 34-yard gain a moment ago, 14 more on that one. The stop made by Isaiah Hankins, the kicker, who is also a starting safety for the Warriors.
Yeah, 7 catches, 134 yards already for Cooper White. He's having a big day for a Pulaski Academy offense who is now near 400 yards, nearly.
In the first half. Here's a handoff to Kelly. Whew. Kelly around the right side. Bounces towards the sidelines, and he'll be right at the first down marker. Run out of bounds there by Alex Beasy.
That's the second time they've run the old counter, I guess you want to call it the shovel pass. So that time they had 2 lead blockers. 72 in front delivers a big blow, and I believe that's number 75 for PA. Get out in front, and anytime you've got Caleb Smith and Dane Warburton out in front, that's going to be a good day.
Second down and a yard. Quick release. Swung out, caught by Dylan Allison. Allison into the red zone. A flag comes in late.
I was about to commend what a great job PA's receivers do blocking on the outside, but I think they're going to get one of them for a hold here.
During the run, holding against the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay the down.
Still going to be a second and about 5 or so because the penalty actually happened past the first down marker. Effort penalties you can live with if you're a coach.
The Bratcher today is 20 of 25 for 234. 2 touchdown passes and the 1 interception that was returned for the touchdown. 4 wide out set to the right of the formation. Bratcher in trouble, but he finds a way to get it into the hands of another receiver. Unbelievable play by Bratcher again. Andrew Cobb makes the catch. Marked down at the 11. It's a pickup of 20 yards.
It's those one-on-one plays on the outside. The play breaks down. Pulaski Academy's receivers know their rules. He breaks back to the football. Then he makes the defender miss. Right at the first down marker, picks up some extra yardage, and PA knocking on the door of the 10-yard line.
How many times has Bratcher been in trouble today and manages to get the pass complete? His mobility and his accuracy coupled together today, it's been unstoppable. They'll give it on the end around to Nichols. Nichols to the pylon. He's going to be knocked out short at about the 1-yard line, maybe the 2. It's a gain of about 10 yards. They're marking down actually a hair inside the 1-yard line. And it'll be first down and goal for the Bruins.
That's what makes PA so dangerous. You can't really focus on one guy really outside of Bratcher and maybe Cooper White on the passing game because they distribute the football so much. But don't forget, you can continue the football conversation on social media. Just use the hashtag AETNSports. You know, Hyman's already got 2 rushing touchdowns in this game. Seems like a prime opportunity to do that, but they're going to line up with nobody in the backfield other than Bratcher.
And they'll call a timeout. First one taken in the half by Pulaski Academy.
Yeah, first and goal at the 1. There's a lot of things they can do, but they've had some success running Hyman right up the middle. I wouldn't figure they're going to deviate too far from that, but, you know, Kevin Keller's not exactly the most predictable coach to talk about.
Let's go down to the sidelines and check in with Eric Sullivan.
All right, thanks, Scott and Bobby. We all know Anthony Lucas, great Razorback, maybe one of the nicest human beings we've ever met. Well, I just got to witness Coach Lucas in action, and when Cooper White tried to get some extra yards by staying in bounds, he let him know. He almost fumbled it with a chicken wing and said, get out of bounds. We can't afford turnovers. We're not safe in this game just yet. And I said, yes, sir.
Anthony Lucas is as good a human being as you will ever meet.
Really good football player in his time as well.
Yep. He's been at PA a while now.
He has been.
Had quite a few games on this field. Anthony Lucas did. Some successful games back in the late 90s for the Razorbacks. Here we go. First down and goal. It's going to be a quarterback draw right up the middle. And the touchdown by Braden Bratcher.
Got to give that offensive line credit. You know the quarterback sneak is an option when he's the only player in the backfield. And Bulls right ahead and pretty much waltzes into the end zone, and that lead is now up to 21 for the Bruins.
They will bring the kicking unit on for the extra point. Clay James. And we got a pre-snap penalty again. Christian came across. Let's see if they were drawn.
Yeah, you give them an extra yard, they may go for 2. Not that he really needs any additional reasons to go for 2.
Prior to the snap. Offside against the defense. Half the distance to the goal. We'll replay the try.
That's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to use Mason Cobb as quarterback and go for 2 after the offsides penalty against the Warriors. Cobb will keep it, and he gets met shy of the goal line and will be dropped. The 2-point conversion fails. It's Jackson Woodard again.
Yeah, he's making plays all over the field, and that was a big stop. You know, you don't think of 21 to 23 that big of a difference, but anything that gets you a little confidence, a little momentum going, and Woodard's doing everything he can really across the field to help the Warriors out.
So still plenty of time for Christian to mount a comeback drive or an answer drive here, and they really need one here. 35-14 with 3:20 to go in the second period. Last second field goal by Isaiah Hankins, the first time these two teams met this year, gave Christian a 63-61 win. Savannah Goodwin will tee it up for the onside kick attempt.
In case you were wondering, 33 Woodard just inside the 50-yard numbers on the top of your screen, and he's recovered all 4 onside kick attempts so far. We'll see if they try to go back at him or try somebody else.
I don't think one's gone 10 yards yet. This one does, and another great grab.
Yeah, that one goes 10 yards. This time he had to go up and get it. But again, Woodard, the guy who makes the play for Little Rock Christian, that's really the key. The first key to being able to play with Pulaski Academy is recovering the onside kick. There's so many times, including one game this year, I believe it was against Whitehall, Pulaski Academy had a 28-0 lead before Whitehall got the ball on offense. And so those are the things that are really dangerous when you play a PA team. Little Rock Christian making the plays on special teams. Now they need to get the offense going.
I would think they'd want to run the football a little bit too. Obviously, that's what their bread and butter is. They fake it, though, to Givens, and a quick hit to Hightower. Hightower breaks one tackle, almost breaks one tackle, but he gets the additional yardage and gets right at the first down yard marker.
Yeah, nice catch and run by Hightower. You can see why he's so dangerous in the field when he gets the ball in his hands, and they're going to have to bring out the chains to measure this one, it looks like. But really nice play by Hightower. And Eric Sullivan, what's going on the sidelines down there?
Hey, Bobby, I just got you a word there. I'm trying to floating around the Little Rock Christian sideline. Not in the best of moods right now. You know, you're down 35-14, and Coach Koyu saying this drive, just keep doing what you're doing. execute. We just got to stay in this ball game and get to halftime to make some more adjustments. So the heads aren't down just yet, and we saw this last year, so don't give up on these Christian Warriors just yet, guys. There's a lot of football to play, and that's what their mindset was a year ago. Let's see if they can just get something on the board here before half.
Yeah, that's why this drive is going to be so big. 3 minutes left in the first half. You think a 14-point deficit at the half is going to be nothing for Little Rock Christian to go into the locker room and try to overcome.
Givens with a big run inside the 35-yard line. Givens again will not be brought down with the first contact. He's got another Christian first down. Yeah. It's a gain of 13.
Yeah, he's a load to bring down. You think you want to gang tackle him, but he's not even letting 3 or 4 defenders bring him down. Doing a really nice job is Givens and really carrying, pun intended, this Little Rock Christian offense.
Trent Sawyer made the stop for the Bruins.
It's at 66 yards on just 6 attempts. Actually 79 on 7 now.
Hightower's wide to the left on this play. Now he comes in motion. The give to Givens hitting the backfield, but he spins out of the tackle, but will be brought down back outside the 40-yard line.
And now for number 20, Kendall Givens.
Richard Griffith, the safety for the Bruins, comes up on the stop, and they smelled that one out. They were trying to put a little misdirection, a little eye candy with Hightower by bringing him in motion, but Pulaski Academy was not fooled. It's a loss of 4 with the forward progress.
Yeah, I don't know if the roster is incorrect or not, Scott, but I don't think it's fair to have a safety 6'7", 250. So I'm going to bet he's not a safety. I'm going to guess he's more of a defensive end.
He was listed on the roster as a safety, but I think you're right. He's coming off the edge. 2nd down and 14. It's Givens lowering his head and getting the lost yardage back and then some. Matthew Hugg made the stop.
There's just been actually I just made this up, but the FS does not stand for free safety. It stands for freakishly strong. So that's Richard Griffin there.
I was not aware of those terminologies.
Sometimes you just got to make things up, Scott.
Okay. My bad for thinking that was free safety.
Yeah. I mean, don't let facts get in the way of a good story.
3rd down and 10. Clock down close to a minute now. Gilmore to throw. Looking down the far sidelines. He's got a man, and it is tipped and incomplete. Again, kind of hung up there too far. Jackson Woodard was the intended receiver. But good coverage again on the play by Trent Sawyer.
Yeah, Sawyer did a nice job playing the football in the air, and you got to give a lot of credit to this Pulaski Academy secondary. They've done a nice job on the ball in the air, and a few passes, as you mentioned, Scott, have hung up on the air just a little too long for Gilmore. His receiver looked to have a step, but here on 4th and 10, in the final minute of the second quarter, looks like Little Rock Christian may have to burn a timeout to think about it.
It'll be their final timeout if they do.
This is a big drive, though. You can put the ball in the end zone, get it back to 21 coming out of the second half, because you got to remember Pulaski Academy gets the ball to start the second half. So these final 59 ticks on the clock are really, really big for the guys in green and white on the home sideline.
Well, the other thing you have to consider here with 59 ticks is if they don't get it, Pulaski Academy's got 2 timeouts. That's a ton of time for this offense.
Yeah, and they've shown that they really don't need a whole lot of time to put the ball in the end zone.
Let's go down to the sidelines and hear from Eric.
Yeah, Bobby and Scott, we all know what Braden Bratcher has done in this first half, but 2 of the unsung heroes, and Bobby, you're talking about how the balls are in the air for these Little Rock Christian receivers, but Clay James and Trent Sawyer, not the biggest guys in the world at all, but they have really played hard today and knocked down every deep pass, so keep that in mind whenever you look back at this game. Those 2 smaller D-backs were doing work in that first half.
All right, Eric, thanks very much. Big play coming up here. Hightower will go wide to the left.
Got a safety over the top of him. Hightower's going to get the double team here on 4th and 10.
He is the favorite target of Gilmore. Gilmore's looking his way. Comes back to the center of the field. He's got a man. It is caught by Woodard for the touchdown.
A great read by Gilmore. He saw the safety over the top of Hightower to the top of the screen in the seam right down the middle, and who may be my favorite player just because he's making every play, Woodard, the seam right down the end zone, and Little Rock Christian got a huge score.
What a catch by the senior Jackson Woodard. Goes both ways for this team. Made a fantastic catch And here's Hankins for the extra point. Little Rock Christian, just when you think they're falling too far out of this thing, that's twice now. They've come right back and gotten a much-needed score.
Yeah, you got to give a lot of credit to Gilmore on that. He looked to his playmaker Hightower on the outside, saw he was double-teamed, makes his progression and comes back, and pretty easy pitch and catch. A great catch, by the way, by Woodard, who stumbles across the goal line. Huge play by the quarterback, huge play by the receiver, and huge play for Little Rock Christian. Don't forget, up next on the AETN Halftime Show with Ed Leon, AETN's Chief Operating Officer, with a look at some of the most important players in the game, the mascots. We know those are my favorite, plus the final home game for the McClellan Lions. Those are merging with J.A. Fair at the end of the school year.
Well, you go back to that. You mentioned right before that snap that the safety was over the top. They were keying on Hightower, and that's all it took for the quarterback to just look his way, make the safety commit, and then he had his guy over the top.
The only thing, you like the play call for Pulaski Academy, the only thing that you might have given it away a little too early. You're able to see that in the pre-snap, able to get off that read pretty quickly and get to his another two option that worked out pretty well.
This kickoff sails into the end zone, and PA will start at the 20. Let's see how they want to play this. 53 seconds. You've got a comfortable lead, but, man, you know nothing but hammer. I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, please don't.
Gas pedal push to the floor. How about that?
Yeah, we can go with that one. The other one may bring back flashbacks to some fans across the state the last 22 months.
Well, what do you think? You think they go for it? Full throttle here?
I think you run your offense. You see what you get on first down. You pick up 10, 12 yards here on first down. You mentioned they've got the 2 timeouts. A minute, they're a quick strike offense. And as I say that, they're lining up 5 wide. They're just going to chuck it.
Yeah. Empty set. Braden Bratcher has had an unbelievable first half. Fantastically played by the quarterback. He's done everything right except made 1 pick. And he's going to keep it himself, so that will run the clock. So we'll see. They do have 2 timeouts.
And they
stop made by Woodard.
And they take one of the timeouts there just short of the 30-yard line. The ball has to be touching to get the first down, so he's going to be marked a little short. But you get 9 yards there. You know, Little Rock Christian doesn't have any timeouts. I think this is where you maybe take a shot down the field.
Update on Braden Bratcher's numbers, 22 of 27, 260, 2 touchdowns and the pick.
And you got to remember Hyman, who's having a huge day. 8 carries, 73 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Also completed the pass, the first play of the game, the trick play, 74 yards to Cooper White, who's having a monster day. So the guys you would expect, the leading receiver, leading rusher, the quarterback, all having big days for PA. And that's why they've got a 14-point lead in the final minute of this first half.
Listen, I know there's a lot of great college football on today, but we do want to tell you there's another great high school game coming your way. 6:30 tonight. Benton is back in the state championship game. They will play for the 6A state championship after coming here and losing a year ago to Greenwood, and they're playing the team that beat Greenwood, Searcy.
Yeah, the Lions back here for the first time in 35 years. 6A games always really entertaining.
We'll have all of it for you live right here on AETN Sports. Quick release, and the catch is made by Mason Cobb, and Cobb gets the first down. He is brought down inbounds. So with 1 timeout left, once the sticks get set, this is going to start the clock again. Here we go.
The clock doesn't stop for as long as it used to without the 40-second play clock in high school, but Bratcher's got a ton of room right up the middle.
Oh, this changes things. He's into Little Rock Christian territory, and there's still 31 seconds left.
Little Rock Christian wasn't able to set the defense, and the front 5 for Pulaski Academy just paved the way for the quarterback, and they're on the move.
The sticks aren't even set yet, and they're going to get the snap off before they do.
Great pass.
Bratcher again with a great back shoulder throw. The catch is made by Jones, and he is inside the 15-yard line with 17 seconds to go.
That's why the first play of this drive was so important. They pick up 9 yards with Bratcher on the quarterback draw. Gives a little confidence, says, okay, let's push the ball down the field, and Bratcher's doing the rest, some with his legs, and that time a big-time throw with the right arm.
Pulaski Academy on the doorstep still with a timeout. 17 seconds to go. Play fake. Bratcher to throw again. And that pass is caught and out of bounds.
Jalen Witcher pushed out of bounds by number 33, Jackson Woodard.
By Jalen Witcher. His 23rd catch of the year.
Got nothing on that one. 297 yards passing already for Bratcher.
Still time for a couple of plays. Boy, if you're Christian, you want to hold them to a field goal try. They don't do that enough to be really good at it. Bratcher, though, on the quarterback draw inside the 10-yard line, and they may have to burn their, are going to have to burn their last time out, and they do, with 6 seconds to go. So we may see a field goal attempt. Do you think they can get a play off in 6 seconds? I don't think that chance it.
Yeah, I think
no timeouts.
8 seconds is about as long as you really want to go with that, especially at the high school level. So, maybe they kick the field goal, but with a 2-touchdown lead and getting the ball out of halftime, maybe do take a shot at the end zone.
All right, Clay James is their field goal kicker. And when I say they don't try it very often, he's attempted 3 this year. One of 3, but it was a 42-yarder. So he's got the leg strength.
Yeah,
we know that. But he doesn't get, I'm sure he gets practice in practice, but he doesn't get practice in the game.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
It would be just a 27-yard attempt or so, the ball being placed on the 10-yard line. But the entire Pulaski Academy team huddled around Kevin Kelly. We'll see what they have to do. For Little Rock Christian, you've got to put in your best defensive call and not worry about the field goal. You just hope they line up to kick it.
Well, we'll see who comes out.
Don't forget, you can get updates about the state finals on your phone. Text AETN Sports to 313131.
No field goal. Bratcher on what could be the final play of the half. Big play in this game. He's still looking to the sidelines. They don't have a timeout. They'll have to snap it. Bratcher to throw. Plenty of time. Lofts it towards the back of the end zone and out of bounds. And time has expired. Pulaski Academy will not come away with points.
A huge defensive stop by Little Rock Christian. Didn't matter if it was just the clock that helped them, but still a 14-point game. If you would have told either one of these coaches, hey, you're within 14 at the half, we'll take it. But right now, the score may not show it, but the box score certainly does. 519 yards of offense, on pace for over 1,000 for PA. But again, just a 2-touchdown lead.
And only 151 yards for Little Rock Christian. That discrepancy was there last year, but it was the turnovers that kept Christian in the game. Not as many today. In fact, Christian has a giveaway as well as the takeaway, but they have an 85-yard pick six that has helped them keep the gap as close as it is here at halftime.
Yeah, that's really the only miscue for Bratcher all day long. 25 of 31, 297 yards. He's got 58 more on the ground. It's a really impressive first half for the Pulaski Academy quarterback.
So we will have our halftime show coming up momentarily, but we are going to hang here for just a few moments, waiting on Eric Sullivan to get in touch with our coach's interview. And we'll bring that to you as soon as we have it.
Don't forget, starting on Monday, you can relive all the action, and there was a ton of it in this first half. You can watch all the championship games, a full replay, aetn.org, Splash Sports.
Right.
Let's send it down to Eric Sullivan.
All right, Coach, I got a lot of offense in this game. You've got a nice lead, but you too have a history of no lead safe in this ball game. What did you see so far in the first half?
I saw two teams going at it hard and playing good football, and I'm proud of our kids. We've gotten them ready for a lot of things. They can make those one-play touchdowns, and they overmatch us athletically in a lot of places. They did a good job picking that apart there at the end of the half, so that was a big swing. We did a good job moving it down right there. I didn't do a good job managing the clock. I've got to do a better job. I told my quarterback what to do, but I haven't worked with him enough to do that, but I certainly don't want him to get down because we wouldn't be where we are without him in the first half. So he's played a great game, but in the end, we're going to come out, and people say 0-0. It's not 0-0, but we've got to do a great job of still being aggressive, attacking on both sides of the ball.
Good luck, Coach, in the second half. All right, Scotland, Bobby, let's get it back up to you guys.
Very much. We're going to take a break and be back to War Memorial Stadium in just a moment. It is a 35-21 lead for PA. You're watching the State Football Championships on AETN Sports.
There is no parallel for this election in 2020.
The entire point is to get past the headlines, to get past the name calling.
We can go deeper into topics. Everything isn't necessarily red or blue.
We need to understand what's going on. We need to go behind the story and under the story.
Not just to find out what happened, but why it matters.
2020 will be a political roller coaster, but viewers can count on PBS to be there every step of the way.
Hi, Roger Scott for Big Red Stores. Big Red Stores is proud to support high school athletics and to sponsor these high school championship games. Over 40 Big Red Stores are located throughout Central Arkansas, each one staffed with our team members who have participated in games, marched in the band, or led the spirit teams in cheers. And now we are pleased to bring families, schools, and communities together. Big Red Stores, now more convenient than ever. Enjoy the games.
We're at halftime of the 5A state football championship here at War Memorial Stadium. An unstoppable Pulaski Academy offense. The only thing that stopped them in the first half, Bobby, was one pick six and the clock.
That's right. That's exactly what Kevin Kelly was talking about. Hey, they weren't playing great. If that's not great, I don't want to see what it is. With more than 500 yards of total offense, and he mentioned it, the way Braden Bratcher, his quarterback, is playing, off the charts.
Yeah, it is off the charts, and it's every facet of the game. I mean, he's had mobility to buy himself time to extend the play, and then his accuracy has been deadly today.
Yeah, 297 yards passing, and you think, okay, he's having a really good day with his arm. But a lot of those plays he extended with his legs. Looked like he's running 10, 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but able to make something happen. Sometimes it's a little dangerous, but it's working for him. That's why they've got a 14-point lead.
It's going to be tough to stop in the second half. Little Rock Christian's going to have to get a couple of defensive stops, and they're going to have to put a lot of more points on the board. We'll see what happens when halftime is over, but we invite you to stay tuned now. Up next, the AETN halftime show with Ed Leon, AETN's Chief Operating Officer, with a look at some of the most important players in the game, the mascots, plus the final home game for the McClellan Lions.
One of the best things about being a community-focused bank like Centennial is that we encourage our employees to volunteer and give back. That's why our bankers are often seen around town involved in activities that have less to do with money matters and more to do with supporting others. From charity events and disaster relief, the Chamber of Commerce and civic activities, we enjoy rolling up our sleeves and helping make our community a better place. See for yourself the difference our local commitment can make. More information available at MyOneHunterBank.com. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Broadcast of this championship game is made possible by
the Cherokee Nation, our people, our culture, our history, our future. To learn more, go to visitCherokeeNation.com and say hello to the Cherokee Nation.
You'll find us at the end of a lot of long country roads, covering over 60% of the great state of Arkansas to provide reliable power to over 500,000 homes, farms, and businesses. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, your local energy partners.
John's Honda, your hometown dealer for sales and service of Honda motorcycles, ATVs, Honda generators, and Honda lawnmowers. Family owned and operated since 1967, John's Honda offers factory certified technicians and experienced sales staff.
Welcome inside to halftime at AETN Studios. I'm your host, Ed Leon. We hope you're enjoying our broadcast of the state football finals from War Memorial Stadium. We've got a packed show for you here at halftime, including a story about the end of an era for Little Rock High School. But up first, the game of football is fought from behind helmets and pads. But there's often one member of the team who performs from inside a big furry costume or a big foamy head. I'm talking about the mascots. Let's meet these dedicated young men and women who truly embody the term team spirit.
It's kind of just as simple as like a superhero putting their superhero suit on. You become a totally different person. I felt like, okay, I can do anything right now because they don't really know who I am. Just like when the superhero puts their mask on, they can save the world. Just like when you put your mascot head on, you think that you can absolutely drive the team to win.
I just jumped right in. It was like a last-minute decision. I remember tryouts last year, and so went to the tryouts and just had a good time. Thought it was fun practicing for it.
I cheered 1 year, my 8th grade year in junior high. I thought it would be fun to go to the games, and mascot was something new.
You never know until you actually try. You know, there's always that what if. And especially if you sat back and you didn't try out, there's the what if I'd actually made it? What difference would I have made?
And I just love that we have a physical, tangible person that can get out there and interact with the community.
I like interacting with people, like the band students. Before they go perform for halftime. It's really fun to like play around with them because like give them hugs. It's fun.
You need that connection between your cheerleaders and the crowd. And that mascot kind of has that in-between for you and can go up and actually involve people. And that's just a good tool for our community, and it brings us all together.
Important to have that thing that will hype the crowd up, that will get them excited to be there and not just watch a game, but they'll want to participate and cheer with the cheerleaders and do more than just sit there.
So it's just that one person that can really pump up the crowd a little bit different than our cheer squad can.
Because the goofier you think you look to the crowd, the more entertaining you are.
I make a fool of myself every day, so like, why not just do that, like, for a cause? Why not do that for a school football team?
It's like entertaining, I guess, like to be silly, make people laugh. I'm kind of a shy person, but like behind the mask, I guess, it's like easy to be like silly and talk to new people.
As a mascot, you have to be overly, excited, overly dramatic with everything. And of course, just as a normal human, you might feel really goofy, really out of place. But as a mascot, it looks amazing.
So how I refer to the suit is its own thing. I refer to it as Pawpaw, not as the suit. And so it's like I'm putting on being a whole different person when I'm in it. And so that's kind of the fun of it, is that you're not really yourself. You're the face of the school. Being behind the mask really gives you a lot of confidence. Like you don't have to worry about people like laughing at you because they're laughing like at a character. Knowing that people are watching you, and so you have to always be excited. You have to be moving, and I think that's what I enjoy most, is just knowing that you're part of something more.
Superheroes indeed. Big props to all the dedicated mascots and cheer squads across the state who keep us hyped and locked in on the games. Speaking of locked in, I want to take a moment to tell you about a new membership program here called the AETN Sports Booster Club. It helps support our broadcast of the state finals in football, basketball, baseball, and softball. It also supports the stories that we air during the games, like the one you just saw about the mascots. So we have two levels of support. The first one is the rookie membership for $35. It's a one-year membership, includes your choice of a thank you gift, and we have several thank you gifts that you can choose from. We have mugs, we got some AETN socks here, there's water bottles, and this is a cool sports blanket that you can get. And it also includes a year of the magazine, which keeps you looped in on everything happening on Arkansas Public Television. Now, the All-Star membership is $60, includes the free gifts like we talked about. I'd get the blanket if I were you, but that's just me. It also includes a gift subscription to AETN Passport, a membership benefit that allows you to stream all your favorite AETN and PBS programs on demand anytime on any device. Here's how you become a member of the AETN Sports Booster Club. You go to aetn.org/sports, or you can call us at 1-800-662-2386. Again, aetn.org/sports, or call us at 1-800-662-2386. You can ask for the gift you want, ask for Passport, stream Nova, Nature, Masterpiece, all your AETN favorites on AETN Passport. All right? Thank you. We thank you for your support on these sports programs. All right, school consolidation is bringing change to the football landscape in Little Rock. Next year, rival schools Little Rock McClellan and J.A. Fair will consolidate to form the new Little Rock Southwest High School. Our cameras were on hand to capture senior night and the bittersweet final home game ever for the McClellan Lions.
Guess this will be the last time we cut the lights on.
Last time it's gonna be done here for me. Awesome. Man.
See, they come on. Yeah.
Yep.
They're coming on. It was nice while it lasted, though. It really was.
We're back here live here on Y95 with McClellan High School, the home of the Lions. But that is soon to be changed. This is the final game for the Lions, and they're going to try to go out in style with a win over the Camden Fairview Cardinals tonight for the final game of school history.
Tonight is our final frontier, our final legacy at McClellan High School. Our boys are getting ready to take the field.
Congratulations. Let's have fun. Visiting team, home team. Would you like to hear some details?
This is our final year in existence, so our school will be closing at the end of this year. So it's bittersweet. It's their final journey. It's our time to say goodbye to our football season, our home. It's going to be a very emotional night.
It's really sad for me because I am a graduate of McClellan class of 94, and I was on drill team here and I played sports, so I am sad that this is going to be our last football game. I'm sad this is going to be our last year here at McClellan. Kind of torn between getting a new school and keeping traditions, but this community does deserve a new school, so I'm happy that they're getting that, but you know, it's my alma mater and it's gonna be no more, so I'm kind of sad about that.
Teachers are emotional. We're all kind of emotional about the whole experience.
This is going to be one of those emotional times for us, but we are proud. We are proud to be here for the last year, and we are proud of our seniors and have an opportunity to see another senior class graduate from McClellan High School. I wish you all the best, and I'm grateful that I had the chance to teach you.
Little Rock McClellan closed out their final season with a 4-6 record. Next year, the Lions and the War Eagles will join forces and be known as the Griffins. That's going to do it for us here on the Halftime Show on AETN, your home for the Arkansas State Football Finals. I'm Ed Leon. Let's send you out to War Memorial Stadium for the second half of the game.
As time passes and the years go by, change is something we all experience. But no matter how the world changes from year to year, the one thing that will never change is the true meaning of Christmas. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. May your holidays be filled with joy and blessings. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from all of us at Everett.
One of the best things about being a community-focused bank like Centennial is that we encourage our employees to volunteer and give back. That's why our bankers are often seen around town involved in activities that have less to do with money matters and more to do with supporting others. From charity events and disaster relief to Chamber of Commerce and civic activities, we enjoy rolling up our sleeves and helping make our community a better place. See for yourself the difference our local commitment can make. More information available at mountaineerbank.com. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Halftime at War Memorial Stadium in the 5A state championship game, and Pulaski Academy's offense has been unstoppable through the first 24 minutes of play. It's a 35-21 lead over the Little Rock Christian Warriors, the third time these two teams have met since last December. The Warriors won it, of course, in the state championship game, and then they won it on a last-second field goal in the regular season this year. So beating a team 3 times in a row is always difficult to do, but when it's Pulaski Academy, it is even more difficult. Hey, we want to honor our student athletes of the game. One from each school. We do this in every state championship game. And from Little Rock Christian, our student athlete of the game is William Parker Kerfoot. He's a linebacker and wide receiver for Christian. His field of study will be pre-med. His GPA is 3.8. For the Bruins, we're honoring the quarterback, Braden Bratcher. Braden is undecided on his field of study. He has a 4.0 GPA. Congratulations to William, Parker, Kerfoot, and Braden Bratcher, our scholar athletes of the game. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first half, and they have been lopsided for sure. The score not as lopsided as the overall numbers. Pulaski Academy with 519 total yards to Little Rock Christian's 151. The turnovers even. But really, Pulaski Academy has been unstoppable in this first half, and the only thing that stopped them was themselves when they threw the pick six, and then the clock at the end of the first half. And Bobby, Little Rock Christian's got to get a lot more offense, and their defense is going to have to get a couple of stops.
Their defense is going to have to get a lot more stops. 519 yards in the first half is impressive, but Leland Barkley, the historian in Arkansas high school football, tweeted out this number just a few minutes ago. Pulaski Academy now has 8,779 yards of offense this season, which is a new state record all-time in Arkansas. So it's really impressive what they've been able to do. You see the passing. They've had success running the football. Anything they do has worked out, and even the one miscue they had went for a touchdown. Obviously, the pick six. It's not exactly what Kevin Kelly wants to see, though.
Some of the individual performances in this first half. Braden Bratcher has certainly been the star at quarterback for the Bruins. He's 25 of 31, 297 passing. They came out of the gates with the double pass, though. The halfback got the pass, and then a really good first half by Joe Hyman. 8 carries, 73 yards. He has a couple of touchdown runs. That fumble was big by Kendall Givens in the first half. He has good numbers, though, rushing. He's been an unsung hero for sure in this first half for the Warriors. 9 carries, 79 yards.
Yeah, he's been really the bell cow for Little Rock Christian. You're averaging nearly 9 yards a carry, but the fumble led to a quick score for Pulaski Academy. And the passing game, you got to give the Bruins a lot of credit. They've done a nice job of limiting Chris Hightower. Just 3 catches for 26 yards, just 9 yards a catch there for Little Rock Christian's biggest playmaker on the outside.
You know that Pulaski Academy is going to go for it on 4th down, and they've been 2 for 2 on that. So Christian has not been able to get off the field on 4th down. They're 3 of 6 on 3rd down. And as far as Christian's offensive numbers on 3rd and 4th down conversions, they're 2 of 5 on 3rd down and 1 of 2 on 4th down. So the first downs, 21 first downs for Pulaski Academy, just 8 for Little Rock Christian. I think that Eric Koyu really has to figure out how to sustain drives, get points, and run some clock time here in the second half.
They need the rest of their team to play like number 33 Jackson Woodard's playing. He's recovered 4 onside kicks. He's got 7 tackles on the day. Then he also caught the touchdown pass right before the half. They need more production from him, but they need a lot of things to go around him.
Well, you look at, we've mentioned Givens. He's had a good first half running the football. They've done a pretty good job getting good yards on first down. You mentioned something early in the first half that I think we should point out again here at halftime. The Pulaski Academy secondaries played pretty well.
They really have. They played really well against the ball in the air. A lot of times high school defensive backs really struggle to pick up the football in the air, to knock it down. They always try to make the big play, but PA's done a really nice job. They've knocked away 3 passes that really would have led to touchdowns. Got to give that secondary coach a lot of credit.
All right, let's go down to the sidelines. Eric Sullivan standing by with Coach Koyu.
Thank you, Scott. Coach, your team has fought back so many times already in this game. You're down 35-21. What did you tell your guys? Because you've been in this situation before with this football team, PA.
Well, we've just got to make plays. I mean, it's that simple. Pulaski's doing a great job of blocking. We got to get off blocks. We've got to make plays defensively. We need some stops. We can't turn the ball over. Okay, we lost a series there to a turnover. We can't take sacks. Offensively, we got to rise up, finish drives. Defensively, we got to get stops. Told them we've been there before. Play every play. You resilient, bounce back, and if you're a warrior, keep fighting.
You've had Woodard, you've had, of course, Givens, and your man Hightower. They've been here before. How comforting is it to know these kind of guys have been in this situation and can lead on the field for you?
Right. Well, we got to have our superstars make superstar plays. The big-time playmakers have to make big plays, and there's no doubt those guys need to step up, but it's a big second half, and hopefully we make more plays than they do.
Coach, thank you for the time, and good luck.
Yep, thank you.
All right, Scott, Bobby, I think we're about ready to go. And if it's a repeat of last year, I'm going to be very happy, but I'm going to be very tired at the end of the game as well.
Yeah. Well, I know these kids are too. Thank you, Eric. Coach Koyu, I talked to him earlier in the week, and he said he ran them a lot in practice this week, but preparing them for what he expected to be a track meet.
Yeah, the 510 yards of offense for Pulaski Academy is a lot, but you saw the second half last year, and that's pretty easy for Koyu to go into the locker room and say, hey, guys, we were in the same spot last season against this same football team. We came back and won a state championship. championship, there's no reason we can't do it again.
Yeah, and he also told me that you have to execute almost perfectly in a game like this because the margin of error is so tight when you're going to see so many points scored. And we've seen that play out. If they made a few less mistakes, this score could be a lot closer.
Yep. It's one of those things where, here it is. The first drive of this game is going to be so important. Pulaski Academy came out with the trick play, their first offensive snap of this football game. Now they're going to get the football to start this third quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments these two teams have made because this is going to be a big, big defensive play for a big play for Little Rock Christian.
Well, last year at the half, it was 31-21. Pulaski Academy had a 10-point lead, and Little Rock Christian outscored the Bruins 31-7 in the second half. So we'll see if the halftime speech makes the difference again.
I was actually mistaken. Little Rock Christian's going to get the football here to start the second half.
Yeah, PA went
PA got the
down
ball
the
first,
field in 32 seconds to start the game. Got on the board.
So if they can get possession of it, and you got to believe number 33, Jackson Woodard's going to be around this football, they're going to get really good field position, but these things are never a gimme.
The hands team has done their job so far. Savannah Goodwin will line up the onside kick try. She's a pretty good soccer player, and that's why they've got her out there. Another great job by our guy, Jackson Woodard. Those are not easy grabs, but he's stabbing them like he's got glue on his fingers.
Yeah, the last two have been really important. He took a big shot there as well. A nice job by Woodard to make the play, and like I mentioned, Little Rock Christian's got great field position to start this second half. I got a chance to cut it to a one-score game.
Akeem Gilmore, the senior quarterback, replacing Justice Hill, who led the Warriors here a year ago, breaks the huddle with Givens beside him at running back. And they're going to go up top right away. Hightower may have been interfered with. We'll see. No, it's picked off, and I don't know. He thought he got away with a grab, but it's picked off by Pulaski Academy. That's Clay James, and he brings it back over the 40-yard line.
The worst start possible for Little Rock Christian. The ball seemed to be thrown pretty well, but Hightower was late getting his head around to the football, got a hand on it, but a great job again by the Pulaski Academy defender. He gets his hands on the football after it was deflected and makes a play. Really impressive.
Catch. I mean, he's got his back to the receiver, or the ball rather, I should say, and somehow manages to get turned around and make the interception. What a catch.
Kind of a different angle of it, but looked very similar to what Auburn was able to do against Alabama a week ago. The defender wasn't even looking at the football and made an interception.
Turnovers were so big a year ago, and they look like they've become big again today. On the keeper, Bratcher. Had everybody looking left, and he gets a first down run into plus territory. Landon Nelson with the stop for Little Rock Christian.
He's doing a lot of damage with his legs today, Scott. Extending plays in the passing game and now with the running game. He had 58 yards on the ground in the first half and add 15 more to that total, 73. Now the leading rusher for the Bruins.
Now direct snap to Cobb. There is a flag down. Hyman, rather, got the direct snap. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. We'll see about the flag.
A pre-snap flag that didn't blow the play dead, probably a legal formation against PA. That or an illegal shift. That's the only two pre-snap penalties that aren't blown dead.
Illegal substitution against the defense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Still first down.
I may be wrong on that, but usually illegal substitution's blown dead in high school. Clearly I am, because the officials can do what they want. They've got a whistle and I do not.
It'll be marked off, a 5-yard penalty.
It's been a pretty clean football game so far. Just 8 total penalties for 50 yards in this contest.
Bratcher with an empty set. Quick fires to the right side, almost had a chance to be picked, but it's caught by Hyman. There's another flag down. Hyman wrestled down at about the 36-yard line.
Again, that was G. Allen, the guy who made the interception return for a touchdown in the first half, and he was just an inch away of having a second one. That's the best holding call Pulaski Academy's had all season, because that saved a touchdown.
Flag on the play.
Holding against the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Still first down.
That's where those horizontal passes are so dangerous, because you get a safety or a linebacker playing like Allen is right there, who jumps around, can really make a big play. But now that's when you fake the screen and you throw it over the top, and there's nobody there to defend it. But a big play by Allen puts his PA back against the sticks.
Yeah, remember that was 1st and 5, so it's still first down, even though it's 1st and 20. Bratcher with the blitz coming. Flushed out. Lots of green real estate in front, inside the 35-yard line, and Braxton runs for the first down. They mark him out at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, but we've talked about Bratcher, the way he throws the football and commands this offense with his arm, but his legs are really carving up this Little Rock Christian defense. They get the coverage in the secondary that they're looking for, but the pass rush lanes break down. He's able to get on the outside, and it was the 1st and 20 is now another first down for Pulaski Academy. Now 94 yards on the ground for the PA quarterback.
21 on that play. Blitz coming again. Hyman in the middle. Knocked down. Incomplete.
Nice job.
Call it incomplete.
Yeah, nice job by Woodard there. Makes the play as soon as Hyman got his hands on the football, and maybe have to consult the sheet, but that may be a potentially automatically reviewed play.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's a potential turnover, but you have to wait and see if he was able to establish possession of the football, then make a football move. Again, Coach Kohu could challenge this play if he wants to. How that works, he would have to call a timeout, which he has just done, and it looks like Little Rock Christian might want to challenge this call.
Well, the coaching staff was pointing at the review, or the replay rather, on the big board here at War Memorial Stadium. They thought it needed to be reviewed. I don't know if there's going to be enough to overturn it, though. It may have been a fumble, but the angle that we have when the ball was stripped loose, I'm not sure you're going to be able to tell whether you had possession.
Yeah,
or not.
you're going to see possession and the football moves. Is generally the vernacular the officials use, and we'll have to wait and see if there's a good angle at it, 1, and 2, to see if he actually makes a move with the football in his possession.
And again, we'll remind you, as we did last night, they are using the AETN camera shot. So what you're seeing at home is what the officials will be using to determine on the replay. I don't know for sure if we can actually see it while they're looking at it, but it was a quick review.
Incomplete pass. Second down.
And again, listen to the language. He said confirm. So they believe they saw enough to confirm what the ruling on the field was. I thought at least it would be standing. At the very least.
Agreed. Yeah. New for 2020, Scott, get ready for the spring. AETN Sports is bringing you high school baseball and softball finals in May from Baum and Bogle Park. Get the latest updates by signing up for alerts at aetn.org/sports.
So Pulaski Academy maintains possession of the football as the ruling on the field stands. Here's Hyman. Hyman inside the 30-yard line, down to about the 27-yard line. Jackson Woodard again there on the stop. He's been everywhere. Leading tackler for the Warriors, and it's 3rd and 5.
If the scoreboard is correct, Scott, and this is going to be big for maybe later in the football game, that was buzzed down from the top, and Little Rock Christian did not have to burn a timeout to get that play challenged.
Always 4-down territory for these Bruins. 3rd down now. Bratcher has time. Now scrambles. And the Warriors will bring him down shy of the marker. Let's go down to Eric.
They talked to some of the officials on the sideline. They said the reason why that review was so quick, he never had control of the football. That made it an easy call.
All right, Eric, thanks very much for the update.
That's where Pulaski Academy tried the fake, quick screen to the outside and try to hit a big play over the top, but Little Rock Christian saw it coming. Nice job by the defense to adjust.
The Bruins are 2 for 2 on 4th down today. 53% on the season.
They've had a lot of success running the quarterback draw out of this formation. We'll see if they trust the big uglies up front to get the extra yard.
You know the Warriors have to be expecting it. See if the linebackers creep up. It is the draw play, and he has the first down.
Yeah, they've been able to get 4, 5, 6 yards really whenever they wanted to with the quarterback draw with Bratcher running right up the middle, and he's now over 100 yards rushing, and they're in the red zone.
Corey Platt made the stop for Little Rock Christian, but not before Bratcher got the first down yardage. Boy, they are moving quickly. Another flag down on the near sidelines. Bratcher's going to run it again. He gives one pump fake there at the line of scrimmage, and then he's pushed out of bounds at about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Little Rock Christian had 12 men. When the guy running off the field was not able to get off before the football was snapped, and that's going to be another free 5 yards if they decide to take the penalty.
So it's the pace at which Pulaski Academy is running now that is really forcing the Warriors to struggle defensively.
It's been a methodical drive. No really big plays on this possession for the Bruins, but kind of marching up and down the field. A long discussion here. What seemed to be a pretty obvious penalty.
Substitution infraction against the defense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Still first down.
Eric Koyu cannot be happy with the mistakes right out of the locker room at halftime that his team's been making here defensively. 1st and 5. All day to throw for Bratcher. Fires it incomplete, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Merritt Jones.
Yeah, Little Rock Christian decided to just bring 3. They dropped 8 into coverage, and it was the perfect call in that situation. Bratcher did have all day, but really good coverage on the outside. One of the few times we've also seen Pulaski Academy line up in those bunch sets with the receivers really close to the offensive linemen. They've been doing a nice job of spreading things out, and there again with a bunch at the bottom of the screen.
Yep. Hyman's the running back. They'll give it on the shovel pass to Jaden Kelly around the right side, and he breaks the plane to the 10-yard line, and that might be good enough for first down yardage. Corey Platt makes the stop.
Really nice play by Platt there in the open field. Be just short of the first down marker, but again, 3rd and short. Pretty easy, at least it has been so far for this PA offense, as they're 4 of 7 on 3rd down.
Hyman bounces it outside. He'll have the first down and more. Inside the 5-yard line. G. Allen makes the stop there for the Warriors. It'll be 1st and goal for PA.
Yeah, this is a methodical drive, a really impressive drive right out of the half, taking 4.5 minutes off the clock for Pulaski Academy, and they knew how important this first drive of the second half was. Both teams did. Little Rock Christian had some hopes of maybe making this a 1-score game or getting the ball back with a chance to do that, but instead, PA on the move and just 5 yards away from making this a 3-score game.
Bratcher hands it off, and now another halfback pass.
Touchdown.
A touchdown for Pulaski Academy. Cooper White makes the catch, and Pulaski Academy now has a 3-touchdown lead.
3 different players have completed a pass for Pulaski Academy. One goes for 74 from the halfback pass from Hyman. That one just goes for 5 yards, but a touchdown, and just like that, we're an extra point away from a 21-point lead for the Bruins.
So it was Nolan Bruffett, actually, the backup quarterback, that took the snap and gave it to Bratcher. So Bratcher does throw the touchdown pass, and now the conventional extra point, single extra point, is up and good by James.
And the kick is good.
So take a look at that replay to sort all that out. So many people involved with it.
Now brings us to a score.
And what that does, since that was Bratcher, he's now over 300 yards passing in this football game, over 100 yards rushing. I'm not Nostradamus, but it's close to MVP-type status.
This fall, it's a season of inspiration and revelation. Witness the power of education with College Behind Bars.
It changes your whole outlook.
It's hard, but it's rewarding. Discover new ways to look at ourselves in life from above. Experience one family's journey through the Syrian conflict and enjoy Broadway's best with great performances. All this and more this season only on PBS.
Broadcast of this championship game is made possible by
the Cherokee Nation, our people, our culture, our history, our future. To learn more, go to visitcherokeenation.com and say hello to the Cherokee Nation.
You'll find us at the end of a lot of long country roads, covering over 60% of the great state of Arkansas to provide reliable power to over 500,000 homes, farms, and businesses. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, your local energy partners.
John's Honda, your hometown dealer for sales and service of Honda motorcycles, ATVs, Honda generators, and Honda lawnmowers. Family owned and operated since 1967, John's Honda offers factory certified technicians and experienced sales staff.
Well, welcome back into the 5A state championship game. Pulaski Academy just added to their lead. They're up 42-21 on Little Rock Christian. Don't forget you can join the AETN Sports Booster Club at the rookie level for just $35 or the all-star level, which includes the AETN Passport on-demand streaming for just $60. Sign up today, aetn.org/sports. Let's send it down to the sidelines. Eric, what's happening?
All right, Bobby, looking at this Little Rock Christian sideline, Coach Koyu having to get with his assistants. So many mistakes were made on that last drive by PA. Penalties left and right, illegal substitution. They didn't win the challenge. So very, very big possession coming up for the Warriors because already down 42-21. We'll see what happens. But coaches trying to get their stuff lined up and get it together, especially on this drive, guys.
All right, thank you, Eric. Another onside kick. This one's going to get through Woodard. First time he's not going to actually be the guy that grabs it, but it's still going to be covered up by the hands team there for Little Rock Christian. So Goodwin went a little bit longer.
Yeah.
A little bit deeper with the onside kick. Got a good hop again. I mean, these are pretty good kicks. Let's face it.
They've got to get the ball away from 33. They're starting to see that. He was a perfect 4 for 4 or 5 for 5 on recovering the onside kicks.
That was Andrew Wadsworth that made the recovery for Little Rock Christian. So here come the Warriors. First down and 10 almost halfway through this third quarter, and it's a 21-point deficit. They get back to the ground with Givens. Oh, he bounces it outside. I like to watch Givens run. Doesn't get much out of it, but he got more than it looked like he was going to get.
We've seen that a lot today, bouncing off defenders and picking up yards after contact. He's got now 84 yards on the ground, and I bet 80 of that's coming after contact, including the one earlier where he carried the entire PA team for about 15 yards.
Trent Sawyer makes the tackle for Pulaski Academy. It is a gain of 5. Givens going to stay on the sidelines. He looks like he's a little banged up.
Yeah, again, even though we're nearly halfway through this third quarter, no time to panic. If you're Little Rock Christian, plenty of time the way these two offenses can strike in a hurry.
Fake to the running back and a quarterback keeper for Gilmore.
But you do have to believe, Scott's already cut you off there, that this is going to be a 4-down territory because Little Rock Christian knows that 21's doable. 28 really makes it a tough road to hoe to come back against a team like PA.
Wilson Miller makes the stop. It's 3rd down and 2. Christian is 2 for 5 on 3rd down today. Hightower and Platt are in the backfield. They'll give it to Platt, and Platt plows forward close to the 50-yard line, and that should be a first down.
The yards stay it, but when you look at the total plays, it really affirms that Little Rock Christians only ran 28 plays in this football game offensively. And we talk about how good they are. They've got 14 points on offense. They had the interception return for a touchdown. They just haven't been on the field that much because Pulaski Academy not only moving up and down the field, they're doing a lot of plays. They're not necessarily doing the big plays. They're putting together really impressive drives.
If you haven't watched the whole game, one of their touchdowns today has come defensively. So only 2 offensive touchdowns. And the give is to Hightower. Hightower looking for room on the short side of the field, and there's not much there. 1-yard gain for the senior wide receiver.
Anytime Christian's Hightower has gone in motion pre-snap, Pulaski Academy has been all over it. Yeah. The entire defense flowed to the bottom of the screen there and made the play, but a Bruin defender is now down.
Eric.
Let's go down to the sidelines and check in with Eric.
Yeah, Scott, we'll check on the PA player in just a moment. Just to my right here is junior wide receiver Luke Lee, big part of this team at Little Rock Christian. He has been concussed and will not return. As you can tell, very, very sad he's not going to be able in this game, but showing some positive signs right there. We'll check on PA's player right now.
All right, we can see now the number for the first time. That's Fuda Shinkawa, one of their top defenders. In fact, he's the leading tackler on this team with 82 coming in. Also leads the team in sacks with 9.5, so he looks like he's okay.
Yeah, that was pretty close to a sprint off the field, so I'd expect to see him back pretty quickly.
So PA playing this run defense, trying to get off the field. 2nd down and 9 as Christian's given it a heavy dose on the ground following their first possession in the 3rd quarter, getting that interception. They're trying to play a little ball control right now. Now they're going to go deep. Gilmore up top into double coverage. It's tipped and incomplete again, and there is another nice job by the secondary. Jackson Woodard was the intended receiver, and Clay James has had himself a football game.
Yeah, Woodard had a couple steps on the defense, but the ball kind of fluttered out of Gilmore's hands and didn't get enough on it, and that's probably the 3rd or 4th pass that would have gone for a touchdown that was underthrown. But again, really nice play by the PA defense on the ball in the air and prevented Woodard from making another big play for the Warriors.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times where the offensive player has become more like the defensive player when the ball hangs up like that, and that's what Woodard had to do. James had a better shot at catching it than he did. So it's 3rd and 9. They're going to keep it on the ground with Givens. Givens, boy, he's a punishing runner. And he's got the first down for Little Rock Christian. How about that on 3rd and 9?
Yeah, that's when you've got a running back who gets start going downhill. I mean, safeties want no part of him. Kendall Givens listed at 5'9", 220 pounds, and you don't see it very often. A running back / defensive lineman, and he ran that football like the fridge back in the day in the mid-'80s.
That's one of the things Christian has is some physicality about him with that run game, and certainly Givens delivers the blow twice on that 13-yard run. He's still in there on 1st and 10. Play fake to him, and a quick strike out to Woodard. Short gain to about the 33-yard line, only about a 2-yard pickup. Wilson Miller makes the stop for Pulaski Academy. Clock now down to 5 minutes in this 3rd quarter. I like the possession, but you still got to have an answer on the other side even if you get in the end zone here.
Yeah, you've got to cap this drive, but you're exactly right, Scott. The defense has to have the bow the neck for Little Rock Christian because PA's has been able to do really anything they want as they're creeping up to almost 600 yards of total offense compared to just 178 for the Warriors.
2nd and 8. Gilmore with time, and a floater is going to be picked off. Picked off again for the 2nd time here in the 3rd quarter by Pulaski Academy.
Braden Cash
makes the interception, and there's a Warrior down on the field back near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, if we can take a look at this replay, that play was caused by a defender up front, hit Gilmore before he threw the football. You can see him right there coming into your screen.
Yep. It's amazing he got the ball that far down the field that far.
That's that freakishly strong, not free safety, Richard Griffin, number 29, who's listed as a safety on the roster, but 6'7", 250, the 2nd huge play he's made in this football game.
Log on to Mascot Media now for more information by the pros, for the fans.
So Matthew Bennett is the injured Warrior. He is the starting left tackle.
Yeah, it's a nice job by Griffin to get around the edge and get a hand on the quarterback. Sometimes, you get disappointed as a defensive lineman. You don't get the number of sacks that you want, but that interception really should go to number 29 because he created that turnover for his defense.
So back-to-back possessions ending with an interception for Little Rock Christian.
That's kind of been the Achilles heel so far for the Warriors, Scott. I mean, they've moved the football at times. They've been really good between the 30s. But we all know that what happens when you get to the 30, that's when things really happen, and they haven't been able to put the ball in the end zone.
We're going to take a break while they attend to Matthew Bennett, the left tackle, who is starting to get up now. Maybe we'll be able to keep it here. I thought we needed to take a break as they tended to him, but they're going to help him off the field. So I think we'll keep it here as we look like play's going to resume momentarily.
PA's defense has come up with a couple big plays, and now Little Rock Christian needs their defense to come up with a big stop and get the football back for their offense because, kind of said it a minute ago, 21's doable, 28 makes it really tough sledding.
Well, we certainly hope that Matthew Bennett is okay, but it looked like he was definitely needing a lot of assistance to get off the field. I'll take a look at him as the Warrior offense comes off the field after another turnover, and here comes Braden Bratcher and this Bruin offense. He's going to throw, flips it out to Azarius Woods, and Woods has running room. He's knocked out of bounds at the first down marker and passed it at the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 11. PA is going to move the sticks right away. Haven't seen much of Azarius Woods, number 30, but he makes a catch right there out of the backfield.
They've done a nice job of spreading the football out. I believe that's receiver number 8 to catch a pass for Pulaski Academy. Bratcher's done a nice job of just finding the open man.
Yeah, they have a lot of guys who've caught several passes this year. Woods is still in the backfield now. Christian showed blitz, then backs off. Another quick strike. A short hit to number 11, Dylan Allison. He stopped after reaching the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Let's go down and check in with Eric Sullivan.
Yeah, Scott, Matthew Bennett has I think a knee injury. Excuse me, I'll get it right here in a second. He's really holding it, also showing a fury of emotion, as well. You can see right here on camera, screaming and crying, "I cannot leave this football game." Shows you his passion for the Little Rock Christian Warriors, guys.
All right, Eric, thanks. These guys obviously have a lot of passion to even be able to get here. G. Allen stops Braden Bratcher on that second down play. It's 3rd down and a yard.
Look at this formation. Nobody to the left of the center on the offensive line.
Bratcher's going to keep it on the ground with Woods, and Woods has the first down.
That's just that misdirection, a little confusion. That split second on the defense, you snap the ball really quickly, even though there was no one there to make a play on the other side of the center. You run opposite of that, snap it really quickly, and again, we've got a Little Rock Christian defender down.
This is Titus Colquitt, a defensive end. Sophomore player for Little Rock Christian. Man, and the injuries now seemingly mounting up for the Warriors.
I want to give a special thanks to Corky's Ribs and Barbecue for catering. They've got restaurants in Little Rock and North Little Rock. 607 yards now of total offense for Pulaski Academy. 392 through the air, 215 on the ground. And they've been impressive. They've moved the ball really at will today against this Christian defense.
While the Warriors staff tends to Colquist, we're going to step aside, take a break. You're watching the State Football Championships on AETN Sports.
Hey, I'm Rick Steves. You know, I don't go anywhere without my passport. And now, thanks to PBS Passport, you can travel with me and watch all 10 seasons of Rick Steves Europe and all my travel specials. This exclusive streaming service is just for our members. Not only can you see all my shows, but you can see thousands of hours of your favorite public television shows. Become a member today and get your passport.
Titus Colquist makes his way to the sidelines, and we're back to work now for Pulaski Academy. 3:25 on the clock. Azarius Woods in the ball game with Bratcher on 1st and 10. Bratcher going up over the middle, and what a catch is made. What a catch by Dylan Allison, laying out for the football and makes it to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, that's another time where Bratcher has to show off the arm strength right down the seam, and a great diving catch by Dylan Allison. And again, Pulaski Academy in Little Rock Christian territory.
19 yards on the pass from Bratcher. A diving catch by Allison. His receivers have helped him out today when needed. Another nice ball down the far sidelines. That one just led too much and too deep. Again, intended for Allison. You know, we've talked about Bratcher and how well he's put the ball out there for his receivers, but on the occasion where he has not, Bobby, his receivers have come up big too.
Yeah, they've made some really big plays, and when things aren't there, there's not a lot that's gone wrong against Pulaski Academy. Just 9 incomplete passes of the 38 attempts, 336 yards now for Bratcher. It's not the running game, it's the passing game, and vice versa, and Little Rock Christian's even helped him out a time or two.
Bratcher's going to keep it again. Now he looks like he may stop and throw it, but he's going to step out of bounds and lose yardage. A 2-yard loss back at the 45-yard line.
That'll bring up 2nd down for the Bruins.
Nice job by the Christian defense to stretch that one out to one of the very, very few negative plays for Pulaski Academy. AETN's proud to bring you the high school football state finals live. We're going to be back in March with the basketball finals and new coming up in May, the baseball and softball state championship games.
3rd down and 12. Here comes the blitz. Woodard off the edge. Can't get there. Pass is complete to Mason Cobb. And Cobb is out of bounds right at the first down yard marker.
Got to give a lot of credit there to 72 for Pulaski Academy. Caleb Smith, the left tackle, picks up that blitz nicely on the left side, gave Bratcher plenty of time, and gives it a really 4th and really short.
Half yard, yeah. He's a half yard short. Zarius Woods in the backfield with Bratcher. He looks to throw. Bratcher does. Now giving chase. Dumps it off in a dangerous drop there, but it is incomplete. And for the first time today, Little Rock Christian makes a stop on 4th down.
Yeah, that's a big stop for the defense. A dangerous play. You're thinking, Bratcher, what are you doing just throwing out with your left hand? It is 4th down, but again, that could be taken the other direction. Either way, Little Rock Christian takes over. Decent field position and a chance to get this back to a 2-score game.
Kaiser Johnson with the pressure on Bratcher. Doesn't get the sack, but he gets the turnover on downs for the Warriors to give them new life here. Late in the 3rd quarter, they're down 3 touchdowns. Handoff Givens. Givens turned back early this time as Pulaski Academy got to him.
It's probably too early to focus on the clock as we're 2.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. But if you're Christian, you'd like to get in the end zone while the quarter is still in the 3rd. If you get this to 14 points going into the 4th quarter, then you've really got a chance to make things interesting with PA.
In a low-scoring 3rd quarter, only 1 touchdown. Givens on the handoff. Spins off of 1 tackle, but then will be turned back after a short pickup of only 2. Several Bruins in on the stop.
Really nice job by Givens fighting for those extra yardage. Did cough up the football in the first half, but he's had a really nice day for Little Rock Christian as that carry now puts him over 100 yards on the afternoon.
Well, is it time to start talking about the defensive impact on this game? Because Pulaski Academy's defense has had a heck of a ball game. They've stopped the run, or at least slowed the run, and they played good pass coverage today. Here's a 3rd down and 5. Gilmore's going to throw for it, and it's incomplete.
Great coverage by Trent Sawyer, the defensive back for Pulaski Academy. We've talked about how well they've played. Hightower is a big-time playmaker for Little Rock Christian, and Trent Sawyer just all over it, the 6-foot, 170-pound senior.
And, yeah, it's been a pretty good defensive performance by Pulaski Academy, to say the least, and now Christian faced with a big-time decision here. 4th and 5 at their own 39-yard line, but you're down 21. And you know that Pulaski Academy is likely not done offensively. They're going to go for it.
Little Rock Christian trying to sneak an extra receiver in there late, but PA sees it.
And flags down. I think one of the receivers may have started early before the snap of the ball. We'll see.
Prior to the snap, false start against the offense.
That's tough.
5 yards. Still 4th down.
We'll see if they still go for it. Doesn't look like the quarterback's coming off the field.
That puts your offense in a really tough spot. 4th and 5 is doable a lot of times. 4th and 10, the conversion rates can't be really higher than 10 or 15% for a season.
No hesitation. 4th and 10, they're still going to go for it. Akeem Gilmore rolling out. Sets up. Too high for Jackson Woodard.
Another big stop for Pulaski Academy. They brought some pressure from the right side. The offense is left. The Gilmore rolls to avoid that pressure, just overshoots his go-to player. And again, Pulaski Academy going to take over with great field position and maybe a chance to put this game away.
Yeah, you hear from the crowd, you see the emotion from the players. As we go down and check in with Eric Sullivan, you get the feeling that that was a big, big stop. Everybody in the stadium feels it.
Yeah, Scott, the Warriors needed something on that drive, and then keep in mind, they're down 2 defensive tackles now. PA is obviously going to go the running game and try to kill some clock, and this matchup with our man K-Train Givens and Futa Shinkawa, who's about 5'8", 120, is amazing to watch. That kid is something else, and he's also has his own fan club at PA. How about that?
All right, Eric, thanks. Handoff goes to Nichols, and Nichols turns it upfield to the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of just a couple. And, yeah, good to see Shinkawa back out there, too.
Yeah.
He'd come out of the game earlier with an injury.
Yeah, he's had a big impact on this game, and I think if you're giving out game balls, you might have to give out 4 of them to this PA defensive and all on that secondary, the way they've played in the passing game.
Look at this stacked set. 3 receivers on the left side of the ball. Nichols is the running back. A little bit of pressure put on. Bratcher fires it, and it is caught for the first down at the 23-yard line by Kelly.
Yeah, Bratcher was really close to the line of scrimmage when he let that one go. Looks like the official's going to rule that he was behind the line, or at least a foot was behind the line before he fires it off. And again, another first down for PA.
Final 45 seconds of this third quarter, and PA is threatening once again. Bratcher finds his running back Nichols out of the backfield, and he'll only get about a yard. He stays in bounds.
Nice job by Platt there to recognize the screen pass. And Bratcher had to double pump it. A minimal gain.
Now, PA does not have to snap it again here in the third quarter if they choose not to.
There's been a lot happening in this quarter, just not a lot of points. It's 7-0 PA in this period.
They are going to choose to snap it. It certainly looks like it. Bratcher's going to throw for it. Christian brings everybody. Bratcher buys time and again unloads it before he's brought down. Just throws it away. He has avoided the sack today. William Parker Kerfoot had him wrapped up, but he got rid of him before he went down. And we'll still have one more play before the third quarter comes to an end.
We've brought it up a few times, but Bratcher's ability to extend plays has been really impressive. And it's got to be really frustrating for a Christian defense.
Bruins are 60% on third down, 6 out of 10. Here comes everybody. And again, a little screen in the middle to Nichols, but Nichols is covered up. And it'll be fourth down when the fourth quarter gets underway. Bruins 42, Warriors 21 in the 5A state championship game. Can Christian get a stop on this offense and make the comeback? The final 12 minutes coming up. You're watching the state football championships on AETN Sports.
As time passes and the years go by, change is something we all experience. But no matter how the world changes from year to year, the one thing that will never change is the true meaning of Christmas. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord.
May your holidays be filled with joy and blessings. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from all of us at Everett.
One of the best things about being a community-focused bank like Centennial is that we encourage our employees to volunteer and give back. That's why our bankers are often seen around town involved in activities that have less to do with money matters and more to do with supporting others. From charity events and disaster relief to Chamber of Commerce and civic activities, we enjoy rolling up our sleeves and helping make our community a better place. See for yourself the difference our local commitment can make. More information available at MountainHunterBank.com. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Well, welcome back into the 5A state championship game. Pulaski Academy 12 minutes away from knocking off the defending champs. They've got a 42-21 lead. We would love to hear from you. How about you share your thoughts about AETN Sports and connect with us at aetn.org/sports.
So we begin the fourth quarter, a 21-point lead for Pulaski Academy, and they are knocking on the door, but they'll have to convert another fourth down if they're going to score here. They're 2 of 3 on fourth down today. They were stopped on their last trip down by Little Rock Christian. But again, the story of this game, Christian has been unable to keep up in the scoring column offensively. They've turned the ball over a few times, a couple of picks and a fumble, and that has proven costly, just like it did a year ago to Pulaski Academy. Now, a little bit of a change in personnel for Pulaski Academy. They still have 10 seconds on the play clock here on fourth down and 8. Bratcher pressured, now goes for the run, and Bratcher goes for the end zone, and he's knocked out of bounds just shy of it at the 1.
Again, Bratcher with his legs has been as deadly as he has been with his arm. The quarterback scramble has really given fits to this Warriors defense as he's now over 115 yards rushing, and more importantly, the Bruins just maybe a yard away from putting a nail in the coffin.
First and goal. Azarius Woods turned back at the goal line. No gain.
Bratcher even got in there trying to push his running back across the goal line, but nice job defensively by Little Rock Christian to hold him out.
Outside Woods, but is met in the hole by number 58 for the Little Rock Christian Warriors.
And Eric mentioned the lack of depth now. Probably Little Rock Christian is facing 2 defensive tackles who have been knocked out. We'll see if the size and strength up front for PA can take advantage of that.
It's the 6th straight appearance for Pulaski Academy in the state championship game. Last time they won was 2017, so just a couple of years ago, beating Little Rock McClellan, losing last year. Bratcher to the end zone, touchdown Bruins. Caught by Mason Cobb for the 1-yard touchdown strike.
4th touchdown pass of the day by Bratcher. That one goes just 1 yard. His stature in the pocket, his coolness, it really hasn't been fazed by much of anything today. That's why he's accounted for 5 total touchdowns, and PA is a PAT away from putting up 49 on the board.
Clay James on for the point after. And it's 49-21. Pulaski Academy starting to pull away early in the 4th quarter. We're back to War Memorial in a moment. You're watching the State Football Championships on AETN Sports.
I grew up waiting for the nights during the week when Nova would be on because I was so deeply interested in science.
We haven't seen anything like this before.
And it was inspiring for me as a young person to be able to learn about it in the masterful way that Nova presents it, and with Ken Burns. And I learned so much about the Civil War, not only the facts of the war, but the feel of the war. PBS has a way of educating, informing, and entertaining the public that I don't think anybody can match.
It's more unbelievable than anything we could have imagined.
Hey, I'm Rick Steves. You know, I don't go anywhere without my passport. Thanks to PBS Passport, you can watch all my travel specials. This exclusive streaming service is just for our members. Not only can you see all my shows, but you can see thousands of hours of your favorite public television shows. Become a member today.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car, to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Welcome back into the 5A state championship game. If you've missed the action or just tuning in, starting on Monday, you can relive all of the action and watch all of the championship games on replay, aetn.org/sports. Let's send it down to the sideline. Eric Sullivan.
And Bobby, no short of school spirit here at PA. Bruin fans, you're on live, AETN. We got some of the cheerleaders here. This wasn't a good feeling last year, was it?
No, sir, it was not.
The Bruins going to get it done today over Little Rock Christian.
Yes, I think so.
What's your name?
I'm Hope.
Hope says it's a done deal. Scott and Bobby, show them how you cheer, guys.
The great thing about students is they thought it was a done deal when they showed up today, right? Another great job by Jackson Woodard, and this time he's going to return it. And this time he's got room to return it to the 30 and all the way down to the Pulaski Academy 26-yard line.
What a great play by Woodard. Not only does he have the great hands to catch the bad hop, but able the right state of mind to make a play, go the other way, and give his offense even better field position than midfield.
Well, Christian needed something good to happen for him because it hasn't happened in this second half. They haven't scored in the second half. They were down 35-21 at the break, and now it's 49-21. A couple of interceptions have killed a couple of Christian drives. Gilmore's going to throw. Fires it low, and that is incomplete.
There's just not much space to work for these Christian receivers.
Intended for Corey Platt. And the passing game just in general has not been there today Akeem Gilmore 6 of 16 for 90 yards. He does have a touchdown pass. Great catch by Jackson Woodard on that touchdown catch. Second and 10. Handoff Givens. And Givens gets inside the 25-yard line, but that's a short gain again. Fuda Shinkawa stops him after a gain of 2.
The PA's not shying away what they're doing. They're walking their corners up, going press man-to-man coverage, and they're going one-on-one on the outside. It's daring this Little Rock Christian team and Akeem Gilmore to throw the football. And 6 of 17 now passing for Little Rock Christian, and PA's clearly winning that battle so far.
Third down and 8. Gilmore on the move, fires it to a wide-open Corey Platt, and Platt leaps towards the pylon. He is in. Nope, they're going to say he's down.
They threw a flag as well.
And they threw a flag.
Well, hurdling in high school, I believe, is illegal, so we'll have to see if that's what the call is here.
Well, they mark him down just shy of the goal line, inside the 1-yard line.
This is a big call. This is going to be a first and goal at the half-yard line, or this could be all the way back to near the 16. So we'll have to see what the call is. It's a really well-designed play, though, to get Platt wide open. That's by far the easiest pitch and catch that they've had all afternoon long.
During the run, personal foul for hurdling on the offense. The penalty is 15 yards from the spot of the foul. We'll replay the down.
It's a big, big penalty. Not only does it wipe away a first and goal, that happened during the play. You go 15 yards back, it's still going to be close to a first down, at least it looks like, for Christian.
Yeah, so the line of scrimmage will be almost the 15-yard line, and it will be a first down. Here come the Bruins on the rush. Gilmore in trouble. Gilmore is going to go down.
Wilson Miller, the big defensive tackle there. They're saying the football's out.
Loose as well. And there has been no indication yet, but Pulaski Academy has come up with the football.
The sack of 18 yards, but more importantly, another turnover for Little Rock Christian. And when they've needed it all afternoon long, Scott, Pulaski Academy's defense has come through with big play after big play, and there's another one.
Matthew Hugg out of there with it after Wilson Miller sacked him. They stripped the football. You could see there on the replay it was clearly out. It'll be interesting to see if they do take a second look at it.
Yeah, this is one that's going to be automatically reviewed, but on looking at the replay, just first glance at it, looked like the ball was definitely coming out before he hit the ground.
Wow, what a turnaround again. Christian could have had a first down and goal inside the 1. The personal foul hurdling penalty against the receiver, Corey Platt, moves it back out to the 15. And then not only did they turn it over, but Gilmore was way back outside the 30 when he did.
Yeah, it's easy to point to the 668 yards of offense that PA's put up, but the defensive effort to hold Christian to 192 right now is really, really impressive.
I think they are going to take there's a timeout by Little Rock Christian.
I think he's asking for a challenge.
Yeah, he may want to review it.
He knows it's pretty much a last-ditch effort.
For every moment, for every memory, from your first yard.
Well, we'll take another look. You see Miller grab him there. Let's see where the ball is out. It looks like it. Yeah, he bounced it off his helmet.
Yeah, he didn't have good security of the football and on points, and it hit off the defender's helmet, and it pops out. That's definitely a loose ball and a fumble. More importantly, I think Coach Cohue may be arguing about the hurdling penalty because he's definitely not pleased.
And state final T-shirts and other merchandise are available at the merchandise stands at the main entrance.
Yeah, he's using this timeout to get his words in.
Commemorate the 29th
Might as well get your money's worth.
game with the
catch the football spirit and see what makes Arkansas schools so great with videos from schools all around the state. Send to the website, aetn.org/sports.
Well, there's still a lot of time left in this football game. How is Little Rock Christian going to respond here to just being dealt blow after blow of disappointment?
And more importantly, can they slow down Braden Bratcher?
And will they even attempt to slow down from a play calling standpoint? Here's Kelly. And Jaden Kelly shuffles his way out to the 38-yard line.
If our experience covering Arkansas high school football is anything, Scott, they're not going to slow down the play calling. Pulaski Academy does not stop for much.
It'll be second down.
Game that's more than 2.5 hours old now. Still has more than 9 minutes to go. They do look to the sidelines here and burn a little bit of clock time. Bratcher's going to throw. And he has his man, and look at the hook and ladder. Hyman is down the far sidelines. He will go the distance. Touchdown, Bruins.
Again, not much stops Kevin Kelly and his offense from rolling. They don't take the foot off the pedal for anything, and already up 28. They hammer it down. I'll use the pun. The hook and lateral worked to perfection. And the Bruins back in the end zone and 9 minutes away from once again being 5A state champions.
Mason Cobb with the initial reception and then the lateral on the fly to Joe Hyman. 68 yards, and Pulaski Academy puts the nail in the coffin. The extra point is up and good by James.
If you're a stats guy, this is really interesting because what's going to happen here, I believe, is Bratcher's going to get credit for the scoring pass, but it's Hyman who gets the touchdown catch, even though he didn't catch the initial pass. A lot of times it may be even that you get rushing yards, and sometimes it's a little crazy. I'm not a huge numbers guy, but still impressive play, work to perfection. 52 yards by Hyman, finishes it off. 68 yards and 2 plays for Pulaski Academy.
The offense has been brilliant. The play calling just as brilliant. Let's go down to Eric.
Yeah, Scott and Bobby, I felt like I'm in a time machine. The Miami Dolphins running that hook and ladder to perfection. And I tell you what, all the players after that play was executed to perfection said that was for last year, meaning Christian got them. They got them earlier this year. So not that they're running it up on them or anything, but these players, hey, they're having fun, having some trick plays. But the big message on after that one was that was for last year.
Yeah, the important thing about that touchdown, Scott, that invokes the Arkansas Activities Association sportsmanship rule. That means the clock will continue to roll. 35 points is the mercy rule in Arkansas. So these final 9 minutes of this game is going to go by pretty quickly.
So if I had to ask you coming into this weekend, there was going to be one of these championship games in which the mercy rule was imposed, would you have guessed this one?
The way these two teams play, yes, but it would have been number one on my list. I would have thought last night, Bryant might have had a chance to blow out North Little Rock. Charging Wildcats played very well defensively, but you got to tip your hat to Pulaski Academy. They have played very, very well tonight.
PA's going to kick it deep, or at least deeper. Clay James with a sky kick that goes out of bounds. So no more onside kicks now. Pulaski Academy calls off the Dogs on special teams. But now the clock will accelerate. It will run more often. 56-21.
Yeah, so the way the sportsmanship rule works, it only stops for timeout or change of possession. Does not stop for first downs, go ball out of bounds, incomplete passes. So, again, these 9 minutes are going to roll by pretty quickly. But it has been a very long afternoon, though. It is 2:40. This game kicked off at 12:05.
So Akeem Gilmore leads them back out there. Again, the Warriors have not scored here in the second half. Here comes PA on the blitz. Gilmore skips out of it and gets a good gain over the 40-yard line out to the 43, so it'll be second and short.
Gilmore's been bottled up. Obviously, the sack numbers go against his rushing total, but negative 33 yards before picking up about 9 yards on that attempt. So, again, give a lot of credit to this PA defense, holding the Christians to 200 total yards in this football contest.
That would have been what I would never have expected in this game.
Yeah, you got to tip your hat to that side of the football for sure.
They're going to throw on second and short. Maybe. Gilmore does a good job of escaping the pressure, but he throws too high for his intended receiver. And that was the backup quarterback, Colin Cooper, out there on the receiving end. number 3. He's a junior. He has 457 passing yards this year, but he was running the route there for Gilmore.
AETN is proud to bring you the high school football state finals live. We're going to be back in March, the second straight year of the basketball championships in Hot Springs, and new in May, baseball and softball finals going to be live on AETN from Fayetteville.
Third down, a long yard. Handoff Givens. Givens hit in the backfield. Again, spins off one guy, but there are just too many white jerseys.
Yeah, Pulaski Academy's defense is playing with a ton of confidence. There hadn't been many times where Givens been stopped for anything, and let alone a 4-yard loss or a 5-yard loss like that one. And that's got to be really frustrating for Givens, who's had a really good day, but that one may actually take him below the 100-yard mark.
Pulaski Academy won its championship in 2017. They lost in 16 to win. Correction, they won in 16. They had the names backwards, but Pulaski Academy won in 16. They beat McClellan in 15, and they beat Wynn in 14. A lot of success for the Pulaski Academy Bruins, and another sack on 4th down.
Yeah, there's few programs in the state of Arkansas that have had the success that Kevin Kelly and Pulaski Academy has had, but this may be one of the most dominant defensive efforts that his teams have had in the title game, because they had some shootouts with Greenwood going back to the early part of this decade. I believe it was like 56, 55. Greenwood went for 2 at one point, but this time for a defense to give up just 14 points and 187 yards of offense for Christian.
So Pulaski Academy, we can see if they can run out the clock on this possession. Again, it won't stop. It does stop briefly for change of possession, but it's running again now. With this running clock, they'll only have to snap it a few more times. Jordan Kelly on the rush to the outside. He gets inside the 30-yard line to about the 28. Mark it down at about the 29, only a gain of a yard. They're going to take the podium again for the first time in a couple of years.
Yeah, I think it's worth mentioning again, Scott. You know, at the half, Pulaski Academy had already set the state record for total yards in the season at 8,700, and they're now added 200 more yards. They're creeping up on 9,000 total yards of offense in a football season in just 14 games. That's pretty lofty numbers.
Direct snap to Kelly's playing quarterback, and they're going to throw a halfback pass with Bratcher, and he connects with Cobb. Cobb is going to get the first down, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, they're not slowing down at any point. Mercy rule up 35, 5 minutes left in the state championship game. There's no letting off as Bratcher continues to add to his numbers, as he's at 400 and about 40 yards passing now after that completion.
Well, it's got check time for Christian to try to keep him out of the end zone one more time here. Let's go down to Eric.
Scott and Bobby, Madison Taylor has been with Kevin Kelly a long time. He is their defensive coordinator. He just got bum rushed by everybody on that defense after stuffing the K train and, of course, getting to Gilmore, the quarterback. So we talk about what Coach Kelly has done, achievements he's had, but Madison Taylor's been there a long time with him, and that defense, I know Brasher's is your MVP, but they get co-MVP in my book.
Yeah, they've played very, very well, holding Christian to 11 first downs in this contest.
Well, the pass coverage has been exceptional, and they've done a good job on Givens, who is not an easy guy to bring down.
Yeah, 15 carries, 100 yards for Givens, but outside of that, you're looking at 5 yards, 3 yards, and negative 34 yards players with a rush for the Warriors.
Woods gets the direct snap. Azarius Woods, everybody's playing quarterback for PA now.
Yeah, why risk handing it off and you snap it to whoever? You got some playmakers in the backfield, and more importantly for, I think, both sides involved at this point, that clock just continues to tick down.
Third down and a yard at the 7-yard line of Little Rock Christian.
You just don't expect to see a team that's undefeated kind of get manhandled in a state championship game like this, but it's clear, at least on this day, Pulaski Academy was the team to beat.
Play clock is under 10. In fact, it's down now to 5. The snap goes to Hyman, and Hyman inside the 5-yard line. He'll be turned away at about the 3. Stop made by William Parker Kerfoot. Pickup of about 3 yards. They do stop the clock here.
Yeah.
Briefly.
Officials have habits, too. They're used to blowing it dead for a first down. We'll give them a pass. It's been a pretty clean game.
Well, we hope you'll stay tuned immediately following the game. We will stay with you for the trophy presentation and post-game interviews. And then a reminder, we're back on the air tonight at just before 6:30 for coverage of the 6A championship game between the Benton Panthers and Searcy Lions right here at War Memorial Stadium. Direct snap again to Woods. Woods following his blockers down close to the 2-yard line. A swarm of Bruins brings them down. It's about a 2-yard pickup, and the clock will go down under 3 minutes here.
Again, Woods keeps the ball up the middle. Met in the middle, though, by Jackson Wood.
It's a really impressive performance. 250 yards on the ground for Pulaski Academy. Everybody talks about the Bruins and their high-flying offense. They've put countless quarterbacks in college. And Braden Bratcher probably going to be the next one, to be quite honest. But to run for that kind of yardage against a team that was undefeated and really good defensively all season should go out to those 5 guys up front have played a really good day.
Snap comes to Kelly. Kelly behind blockers, down close to the goal line. He's going to be shy of the touchdown.
That ball is a direct snap.
Well, now it's 4th down, and they always go for it. Do you go for it here when you're up 56-21 with 2 minutes left?
You might as well. That's your MO. Can't really ruin that one. Facing the goal line, 2 minutes left in the title game.
They may let it tick down, and nope, no timeout coming. They're going to line up, and they're not going to kick the field goal. Let's see if Christian keeps him out of the end zone. Direct snap coming to Woods again, and Woods is into the end zone. Touchdown.
That's the exclamation mark. Give credit to those guys up front. Ran the football well. 253 yards rushing for Pulaski Academy, and now 766 yards of total offense for the Bruins, and a big number on the scoreboard.
Number 8, Clay James is in for an attempt. Out of the hold of number 16, Nolan Griffith.
Clay James out to try another point after. Perfect. 63-21. Pulaski Academy headed back to the championship podium.
That's a complete football game, Scott. You take away the interception return for a touchdown, which was a great play by G. Allen, the 87-yard return for the Warriors. There is not a thing that you can point to and say, hey, PA didn't do this well. They've just really dominated. Really, first play of the game, the halfback double pass. Goes for 74 yards down to the 1-yard line, and then they've pretty much been in cruise control offensively from that point.
We would assume that Braden Bratcher is probably going to be the MVP. You could pick a lot of different guys, but he's going to have the stats for sure that's going to jump off the page.
Yeah, 564 yards of total offense and 6 touchdowns. What I'm most impressed with, obviously I don't see Pulaski Academy play every week, but what he's been able to do on the ground, 125 yards rushing and touchdown, he's been really, really impressive what he's able to do with the legs.
Well, you know, you talk about the game that he had last year with the 4 interceptions, but he still had great numbers. I mean, it was 30 of 50, 417, 5 touchdown passes, but it was the mistakes that really made the difference, and it was the mistakes that made the difference today on the other side.
It really was. Little Rock Christian, you know, they had a good drive going early in this football game. They fumbled it inside the 20, and really from that point they were playing catch-up. And you can't do that against a team that scores almost at will like Pulaski Academy is doing.
Another sky kick. No fair catch here. The Warriors trying to get one last shot at the end zone. Alex Veazey returns it to the 32-yard line with 1:34 to go, and we're a couple of plays away from the end of this 5A championship game. We even see a little smile there from Kevin Kelly. He has to be very pleased with the way both sides of the football played today.
Yeah, he picked up his 200th career win earlier this season, and that's not quite as important as this one. He's got a 42-point lead and 94 seconds away from another state title.
Still coaching, though.
It's all the good ones do it. because the guys that are on the field right now, he's hoping are playing in this game next year.
That's right. Always building. Handoff to Givens. Givens, as Bobby mentioned, over 100 yards, or right at 100 yards prior to that carry, so he's well over 100 yards. He's a senior. One of the best running backs in the state, Kendall Givens. All-state player a year ago.
And that's about time Gatorade bath time.
There it is.
I got him. He's wearing shorts.
Yep.
It's 45 degrees, and he doesn't care right now, I promise.
Yeah. Another carry by Givens. Tries to find room on the outside. He's still running hard, but, man, there are just too many unblocked Bruins there to bring him down. He gets maybe a yard, and it's going to be third down.
Yeah, really good high school football player right there, Kendall Givens. Doesn't have the normal build as you're going to see at the high school level, 5'9", 220 pounds, but he gives maximum effort, the load to bring down, and had a really good season and a really good career for the Warriors.
Could be the final play of the game. Gilmore keeps it on the ground. The handoff, Jackson Woodard. Why not? Give him a touch. He's had such a great football game, too. Played so hard. Great touchdown catch. He played on defense as well, playing both ways. But as the final seconds tick off, they actually stop the clock for a reset of the sticks. Don't think they were supposed to. They're wanting to come off of that sideline, PA is. Now it's running again. 10 seconds to go, and the celebration can begin.
Christian's going to line up, at least act like they're going to run another play.
They're not going to get it off. Pulaski Academy climbs to the top of the championship podium once again. A 63-21 victory here in the 5A state championship game.
Really clean game played by both sides, but sometimes on a given day, some teams play better than others, and you have to give a lot of credit to Kevin Kelly and his Pulaski Academy Bruins. They played better. They made the big plays. They pulled out the shenanigans. They pulled out some trick plays. But in the end, you see the numbers. The box score never lies to you. 766 yards to just 201 for Little Rock Christian. A dominant performance by your 5A state champs.
Well, we talked about it last night when you had a high-flying Bryant offense, that it really is the defense that's the unsung hero,
right.
And it really was today. This Bruin defense, in a game where nobody expected to see it, came to play and kept the score down and the yardage down against Little Rock Christian.
Yeah, that's what happens a lot of times when you see these teams who play each other so often. You got to remember, these two teams are in the same conference, so they're playing each other guaranteed every year. The third time in a calendar year these two teams have met. These players know each other. Their campuses are only 6 miles apart, playing right here in Little Rock, and it's just, again, these guys know each other. They know their strengths. They know their weaknesses. At the end of the day, it's not X's and O's. It's the Jimmies and Joes, and today PA showed that they've got more talent in these 48 minutes.
First loss of the year for Little Rock Christian comes in the state championship game. Spoils what could have been a perfect season. And Pulaski Academy ends the year 12-2 under Kevin Kelly. Let's go down to the sidelines and hear from Eric.
All right, Braden Brasher, incredible performance by you today. You're a state champion again, but let's go back to last year. How hungry were you this offseason to get back to this moment?
We couldn't explain it. The feeling we felt last year after this game, we knew we had a lot to prove this season, and we came back and did it. They're a great team, but we stepped it up a notch this game and got the job done.
I mean, you had 7 incompletions, man. What's going on here?
I got to fix that.
No, man, just talk about today. You were hitting everybody in stride. It really was a team effort. Your trick plays were doing a lot of good for you as well.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, it's a team effort. I couldn't do it without the receivers. I threw a lot of bad balls that they caught. They should not have come up with, and offensive line couldn't thank them enough. Staying up, keeping the guys up front, and allowing me to have time to throw the ball.
You're the quarterback. You're the big shot on campus. That defense, man, how did they come up big today?
Oh, stop after stop. They drive it down on and our defense make a big play, and that gives us the ball back and allows us to go down and score. So couldn't ask for a better defense and a better team win.
Congrats, and how's it feel to be state champion again, not state runner-up?
It's surreal. Couldn't explain it. That's what we've been searching for the past year, and it came true. So thank you.
All right, Braden, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
All right, Eric, thanks very much. Yeah, the numbers on Braden, he did have 9 incompletions. That's that. You got if he threw an interception. Okay, let's get that out of the way.
Yeah.
37 of 48, 439, 5 touchdowns, And he also carried the football 13 times for 125 and a touchdown run. That's 9.6 per carry. But I love what he said there. I mean, obviously he gave credit to the line, but he talked about his receivers. Now, he was deadly accurate today. Very few of them, I think, were inaccurate, but he did enable, the wide receivers enabled his numbers to get a little bit better because they did make some great catches today. As we go back down to Eric.
We've got Fuda with us, man. I love your heart. You're one of the smaller guys on the field. You have over 100 tackles. Where do you get this determination?
Just working every day, giving it my all every day during practice, during the games, and everybody else during practice helping me out, getting better every single day.
Seems like you guys had more fight today. That's a pretty physical team over there at Christian.
That's a very good team, very good team. But, we lost to them during this year. It was kind of a revenge match. We got something on our chip on our shoulder. We got something to prove, and we did today.
Hey, the defense gets love today. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
That's Fuda. All right, back to you, Scott.
I noticed he didn't try the last name. I'll help him out. Shinkawa. Good job, Eric. And we're still going to hear from Kevin Kelly at some point as well. But he's with his team as they get the presentation of the trophy here momentarily on the podium. Another one to put in the case. A long history of championship trophies at Pulaski Academy. It is definitely one of the more storied, most successful programs in Arkansas high school football.
Yeah, if you just want to make it recent history, the last 15 years, you're looking at Greenwood, you're looking at Bentonville, maybe Fayetteville, but Pulaski Academy right there with the Bulldogs from Greenwood is the two most successful programs this state has really ever seen as far as a 10 or a 15-year run.
A couple more of those numbers. We were talking about the receivers and how they were able to make some catches and help Braden Bratcher out a little bit today. Cooper White leads the way with 8 catches, 138 yards, and a touchdown. Mason Cobb had 8 catches and 60 yards, a couple of touchdowns. They had big games. And there's the trophy given to PA, state champions in 2019.
The way they distribute the football is what's going to be really impressive. Bratcher's numbers speak for themselves, but Cooper White, 8 catches. Mason Cobb, 8 catches. Jaden Kelly, 7. Dylan Allison, 6. The way they distribute the football, it makes it so difficult to key on one player or one guy. Cooper White came in this game, I believe, is Pulaski Academy's 4th leading receiver and has a huge day.
As they get set for some pictures, we'll take a break and be back to wrap it up. You're watching the state football championships on AETN Sports.
This month in Passport, your on-demand library of the best of PBS.
We're all back together and we're not going anywhere.
We've tried to be normal and we just can't do it.
Satellites orbiting the Earth can look down at our planet in extraordinary detail.
These and other shows are available with Passport. Become a member of this PBS station, sign in, and start streaming today.
Broadcast of this championship game is made possible by
the Cherokee Nation, our people, our culture, our history, our future. To learn more, go to visitcherokeenation.com and say hello to the Cherokee Nation.
You'll find us at the end of a lot of long country roads, covering over 60% of the great state of Arkansas to provide reliable power to over 500,000 homes, farms, and businesses. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, your local energy partners.
John's Honda, your hometown dealer for sales and service of Honda motorcycles, ATVs, Honda generators, and Honda lawnmowers. Family owned and operated since 1967, John's Honda offers factory certified technicians and experienced sales staff.
Well, no big surprise as we welcome you back to War Memorial Stadium that Braden Bratcher, the Pulaski Academy quarterback, is the MVP of the state championship game. We went over those numbers earlier, but we'll do them again. 37 of 48 passing, 439 yards, 5 touchdown passes, just the 1 interception, 13 carries, 125 yards, and a touchdown run. So he accounts for 6 Pulaski Academy touchdowns today in their 63-21 victory over Little Rock Christian, as they still pose for a few photos. So we're still waiting to get Coach Kelly for an interview, as he's in the middle of it right now.
That's when you know you expect to be here. I don't know if you paid attention. We saw it on the camera. But Pulaski Academy had a few guys carry the benches out onto the field for the team picture. So they can get everybody in there. Everybody can be seen. And that's how you know that you're expecting to be here and you've got experience taking those pictures in midfield with the trophy and the 2019 state championship banner.
Well, it was a good crowd on hand here for the 5A state championship as well. We had a good crowd yesterday. It was announced at about 18,000 or so last night for Bryant and North Little Rock. I haven't seen the numbers today, but it was a good contingent on hand. You mentioned they don't have to come far.
That's right.
So you knew they were going to have a good following here on both sides, and we'll expect a big crowd again tonight when Benton and Searcy get after it at 6:30.
Yeah. Those two towns are going to empty out, especially Searcy, their first title game appearance in 35 years.
All right, let's go down to the field. Eric Sullivan is with Coach Kevin Kelly.
All right, Scott, Bobby, we are with Coach Kevin Kelly. You guys have done it again. Your quarterback, let's start with him. Braden had a phenomenal game. I thought they were looking up to him, and he led them down the field, and he led them on the sidelines.
Yeah, I mean, he played like he has all year. He's played phenomenal, and, you know, he's become a better and better quarterback. It's easy to not be a great pocket quarterback when you can run like he does, but he's done that more. And I said, hey, just let the runs come naturally. Be a pocket quarterback, and then you're unbeatable. And he showed that at times, and he's almost perfect. I mean, you almost know it when to throw it, when to take off running. But the fact that he's able to do all that, and then he turns around and gives credit to everybody else, I mean, he's just the kind of kid you want playing quarterback for you.
Your execution on several of the trick plays, it was flawless all day long.
I mean, we pride ourselves on being able to run different kinds of plays. We play a different kind of football. You see, we've got 5 kids on our team over 200 pounds. We've got to play different, and we do that. And, you know, some things, it's weird. Things pop up and go well sometimes, and other things don't. The onside kicks didn't go so well. The trick plays did. Sometimes the trick plays don't go well, and the onside kicks do. But if you've got enough ammunition, you've got enough things, and your kids buy in and believe, and your coaches do, then you got a chance to be really successful.
Your defensive coordinator, Coach Taylor, has been with you a long time. You guys shut out a very, very, very good offense today in Little Rock Christian. Give him some credit right here. He's been really good today, hasn't he?
I've got co-defensive coordinators. Jason White, who's been with me for 20 years, and Madison Taylor, who came over, has been with me for 7 years. You know, they did. They held them to, I think we gave up a defensive touchdown, gave up pick 6, and then to hold them to 14 points with what they've got on offense, what they've been able to do, man, our kids bought into what they were telling them and believe, and our coaches, they got better and better. We've played our last games. Our last best games were in the playoffs, and today was the best we played all year, and that's exactly what you want to do is peak at the very end.
All your state championships are meaningful, I know that one, but this one's got to be right up there with them because you got a little revenge on Christian after they beat you 2 games in a row.
I mean, honestly, I'm not a big revenge guy. Christian's a good team. We wanted to beat them because they're a great team. We wanted to win a state championship because that's our goal. And, you know, I mean, it made it nice to be able to beat them some. I mean, no question about it. But the thing is, we wanted to play our best, and we wanted our kids to love each other and buy in and do all the things that people talk about in culture, but at the same time we wanted to be disciplined and smart, and then we want them to realize, I want them to win because I want them to win, but I want them to realize football's hard. We go January through December, 3:30 to 5:30 every single day for the kids aren't in basketball and baseball and all that. And I want them to realize that reward. So the single best thing about it coaching is watching the looks on their faces. And I turned around and asked them, was it all worth it? And you get a resounding yes, sir, because you want them to know hard work is hard and not everybody's willing to do it. But when you do it and you put it in, there's rewards at the end, and that's when you pat yourself on the back and go, I can get through that because it's all worth it.
Coach, congratulations. You've done it again.
Thank you. Proud of the school, happy about the community coming out. It's great support, and happy AETM's broadcasting the game. We've wanted broadcasting for a long time. We've had it the last few years. I'm thankful y'all did that because the kids love playing on television.
Oh, absolutely. So there you go, AETN. You're getting shout-outs from Kevin Kelly. That's a great thing. Scott and Bobby, I'll see you guys about 6:30 for the next one coming up between Benton, and I can't wait to see the Searcy crowd. Should be interesting here in a little bit.
All right, Eric, thanks very much. I love what he said. 2 things there. There at the end, he's talking about the life lessons, and that's what it's all about with these coaches. But the other thing he said, they played their best game of the year today, and what a time to do it.
It really is. I mean, coaches talk about it all the time, all the hard work that he put in. State championship day is payday. You know, I mentioned it last night. These guys work so long, so hard, so many hours in the weight room, in the practice room, in the fill room. Today, it all paid off for the Pulaski Academy Bruins.
We went over a lot of the numbers, but we'll give you one last look before we leave you here this afternoon. There's the final score. The first downs, lopsided. The rushing yards, lopsided as well. But the overall numbers there, 766 to 201 in favor of the champion Bruins. And the plays, you talked about that earlier, too. That's as big of a deal as any. Little Rock Christian couldn't sustain the drives because they either shot themselves in the foot with a turnover or a penalty. Only 48 plays. When you only run half as many plays as your opponent, you're not going to win the football game.
38 plays discrepancy is a big deal. With that bottom number on the screen had a lot to do with that.
That's
the four turnovers that they had, and they were timely turnovers. It was right after the half, they threw one interception. Right after they got a big stop themselves, they throw another interception. They fumble going into the red zone. It's those plays, and 38 plays difference is massive. You're talking about an offense that averages 400-500 yards a game, and they're held to 201 today. But Little Rock Christian, again, that's why you have to tip the hat to Pulaski Academy's defense. Really dominant performance by those 11 guys and their backups.
And just because I want to throw it in, one punt today.
One punt.
You knew you wouldn't see it on Pulaski Academy's side. You only saw one.
If you set the over-under at one punt, I might have taken the under today.
All right, 63-21, 2 games in on this first championship weekend, and we've got one big finale coming your way at 6:30. When Benton and Searcy take the field in the 6A championship game, we hope you'll join us then. Just before 6:30, we're back on the air.